Good morning. I hope y'all can hear my music. It's on this other gadget. It seems like it's really low. Good morning, Rose L7, Miss Gerald. I know I usually don't start talking until the first 20 come in. But since I'm intending on this to be quick again today, I'm going to go ahead and start talking. I don't even know where to start at because I was watching Lovely T this morning, and she was talking about the story y'all heard back in 2015 and repeat my interest. So I'm gonna holler at that a minute before I get to the YouTube situation. I was trying to find that mini mark where Jay Wilson called Miss Pizarro B. In my opinion, for no reason whatsoever. Okay. So yeah, let me just start talking. And whoever not here, y'all can catch the replay as usual. Everybody usually catch the replay as usual. I don't remember what that timestamp at, but I'll get to that in a minute. Let's see, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Should I talk about the story first or this YouTube stuff first? Because everybody know what went on over there on Miss Pizarro's last night, because seems like the whole beef sector, well, not the whole, those that like, the salacious stuff, the mess or whatever, I my two myself was speaking, and y'all know what went down. Y'all know what went down. But I want to concentrate on Brian for a little bit. Good morning, Miss Gerald. Exclusively me, Purple Peach. I don't understand. Okay, say Brian and Mother was in a beef or argument together, a fight or whatever you may want to call it. Now I'm not understanding why Brian chose to put Lady Nikki in it. And his reasoning was a while back, because I don't even remember it. I didn't even watch. And if it happened, I don't remember it. Maybe I wasn't around then. I missed that particular live or whatever. He's saying that she flagged him, but she said that was because he used her image. And I feel like I understand what she's saying, because maybe she felt like she don't know him that well to use her stuff. Now, I use people's stuff. I do reactions, and they use mine, and I really don't care, because I feel like it's free promotion for me, but everybody don't want you just using their stuff, especially if you're not cool with them. And evidently something went on to make them not cool. That's just my opinion. I don't know what happened. But anyway, been holding this grudge, in my opinion, for a while, and that's why he went in on her. So, and I don't got much more to say about it. You know what I'm saying? Because just like she said she wasn't a part of their beef, and I'm not a part of Brian and mother's beef either. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm doing. I'm talking about what's going on the YouTube streets. Yeah, so I don't understand that one at all. But it's not for me to understand. And I have a lot be going on like that. But then I went over there to Pastor Jay Wilson's house, and he had Heidi Fly and Kim up there. Now I don't know if Jay Wilson, if was you really mad at Pizarro? All she said was, I don't know if she used the word slow up or whatever way. She didn't mean no harm. In my opinion, he called it, bitch, don't you tell me what to do. I can't find the timestamp. Maybe somebody else did last night. I can find it if y'all want to hear it when I'm on. If I have time while I'm on this morning, I find it and let y'all hear it. So, and I just, like I keep telling y'all, I'm not in the beef with nobody. I'm not mad at nobody or whatever like that. And I definitely ain't finna follow nobody. None of that. I'm just in meaning that I'm not finna join in on no beef that I'm not a part of. But people want to link you together, like that. But I'm not in the beef. I like everybody. It is what it is. Okay. Because they still talk about something went on 2-3 years ago. And I'm just, and then I have people say, oh, I don't like the new blessed. I'm not a new blessed. If you really pay attention, I'm doing the same thing that I've always have done. Talk about what's going on through the streets. Every once in a while, somebody might come at me and I might clap back. But I ain't been having the reason to do no clapping back, to do nothing like that. So no, I'm not a new blessed. I've always been the same blessed. And they consider me being very messy because I talk about what goes on the YouTube streets. That's all what it is. So I caught a little bit of Deanna's live last night. Well, I caught the replay. And everybody got the same consistency. I don't know what really went on with it, with what's her name? Just read my book, but she was telling her part of the story too, as well. She feel like she got jumped. So I ain't watch all that either. So I'm gonna speak on what I heard. And so she said 3 or 4 people jumped her or whatever. And so there's a beef there too. I hate that Deanna and Lady Nikki, though, is at odds though, because what I'm saying, because y'all like everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's hard, y'all, when you're content creator trying to be neutral, trying to stay in the middle because you like them both. So you walk on eggshell as not to favoritize and go lean that way or go lean that way. You know what I'm saying? But I will speak on what went down or what somebody said, but at the same time, trying to be like Lady Nikki, she wants to try to be in Brian, our mother's, in between they stuff. Y'all get what I'm saying? So anyway, that's what the mess. That's what's going on for us. Beefs. And I don't really know, just read my book that much. I really started seeing her, I think since Lady Nikki's birthday, a little bit before she started being on the panel, a couple of months ago or something. And then I realized she was one of her day ones. I guess it's been around way before me or whatever. That was my first time, meeting her back then. So I can't say much about her. Don't know her that well. I just know she started sitting on the panel for the last couple of months over there. So a very strong, opinionated woman, what most of us are, that's just the way it is. So I don't know enough about her to even form an opinion on her, and I think if I did, as long as it ain't bothering me, I ain't got no reason to be clapping back about her. And y'all know I've always been the same that I am right now, for as long as I've been on here. So to the person, anonymous, that don't like to say their name when they text my number, no, I'm not a new blessed. No, I'm not gone. I am the same person. Except evidently you ain't been watching me from day one. Okay. I'm not going to change. Now I will come out. How they said, I will come out on the bag on you if I have to. Let me see your hand, do some more speaking. Good morning, Manny. Good morning, the bushes. You want to be a part-time mod? I was thinking about that. Say yes or no right now, and I'll grab my other gadget in a minute. Let me write that down. It was somebody else I've been looking at the bill all the time. So put yes or no. Okay. Good morning, Nikki. Good morning. I'm here for the show. Okay, then let me. Okay, I grabbed my gadget. Let's see, I probably didn't do it on the other gadget, but I got that written down. Yeah, this gadget, I got that on there. Okay, so let me get going. Okay, put that right there. Move that out the way. Okay, I made a mental note to myself. Now, so last night I was rolling the streets, as Pizarro was on, because she's still quite well. So, how I get busy in the house. And then I put on a few gadgets trying to catch some stuff before I go lay down. And I don't know if it was after her live or during the end of her live or whatever. I was strolling the streets and all of a sudden I saw View. Then there was Quanny, and then there was Big Ben. And I said, let me see what Quanny talked about. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't very many people over there. Of course, that's just the way it is. But I stopped anyway, which ain't nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong. And so I stopped over there to be nosy and see what was going on. So I don't know exactly what everything they were talking about. I didn't stay there that long, stayed there a few minutes. And I felt like, oh, okay, a little boring. Let me go. Boring as usual. Because like I said, I don't really watch it like that. Now, let's fast forward a little bit. All of a sudden, I guess View went out. Quanny came on and did a live last night. And I said, let me stop and see what she's talking about. And she was talking about a View. And she was going in on the View. And I'm thinking, well, what the hell happened that quick? She was just over there on the ladies' panel. Being cordial. They talking about whatever they talking about. Because I didn't even stay there long enough to hear Big Man put his 2 cents in. Matter of fact, I didn't know Big Man was still rolling around like that, doing lives or getting on somebody's panel, whatever the case may be. Not just because, I had been missing a lot of stuff because I'm very busy today. I just didn't know if he was around or not. And wait a minute, y'all. Did I have a sip with y'all? I have to take a sip with y'all before I go on. Tell y'all my mind be racing, especially when I know I'm not going to be on here very long. And notice how I put my titles. So everybody can know what I'm talking about. I'm not necessarily going there because people don't like positive. Now, me put my title with something messy, everybody going to come and run in. And that's what I want right now. Maybe that's what that person mean by new bless. No, it isn't a new bless. Nope. I'm not choosing. What do you call that? How did Seven Stars put that? She woke up this morning choosing silence. And I wrote, ditto, I understand some, enjoy your peace today or something like that. I wrote back. But anyway, y'all, here we go. We got some. Here we go. How. Here we go. How. But anyway, letting y'all know I really be sipping for real. I be trying to have a sip with y'all in the morning. So anyway, we all got all kind of sources. People tell us stuff. So I was told this morning, because I always get stuff, talk to people, what actually happened in that beef. That Quanny was starting with View or vice versa. There was some Caucasian lady named Kim that's a moderator for View. Now, I think I saw that lady a couple months ago. If it's the same lady, when I peeked there once before, she do coloring books with View. They like to do finger painting and coloring and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like when some people get older, they color, finger paint, knit, stuff, old school stuff. So she's in that coloring book situation, I guess. In my opinion, I think that's the lady. I don't know. But anyway, apparently she was in, or allegedly, she was in the chat saying all kind of stuff about Quanny, nasty stuff about Quanny as if she don't like Quanny. Quanny wasn't really seeing it, what she was saying. I don't know if somebody was told it to or what. But anyway, View ended up bringing her up there on the panel. And when the lady came on the panel, she continued on with Quanny, allegedly, from what somebody told me when I was asking them what happened and why Quanny going over there doing all this like this. And the lady continued to go in on her and was bringing up the Las Vegas situation. It just basically just dragging her. And View didn't try to stop it. View was letting it go on. Quanny probably felt like View should have said something. And in my opinion, Quanny is right. If a View saw that lady, her mod in the chat, dragging Quanny like that, I don't see why she put the lady up there with her. First of all, now I guess I'm an old school mod. Your moderators, and if you invite a guest up, because I never did that. Even when it's people I didn't like, I knew it was business. I didn't attack whoever I was modding for. I didn't attack the guests. I just didn't do that. even whether you like them or not, because sometimes we're going to have guests that I might don't like. I set a whole panel. I had a couple of people came on I didn't like, but I went ahead with the program and carried myself in the way I was supposed to. It was business. And I've always told y'all who them two people was I didn't want to deal with, and that was the German lady in the neighborhood drunk, like that. And there were other people, there were other, like for example, that 7-star story. No, I went into that, but I sat there, so I felt just as guilty of me sitting there while things going on. So, I don't know. But then that's old school mind. 3-4 years ago, everything has changed. Like I was listening to this one lady, and she was saying it's not that the beef sector is dead. It's just that when all the newer people start getting let in, that's when they start doing it a different way and taking it maybe from 6 to 10 or whatever, taking it off the charts and doing the most. But in reality, whatever was going on 3 or 4 years ago is still going on to this day. So there's nobody around to point the finger at and says their fault like it used to be. Because one person was blamed for everything, and people would do stuff on purpose to blame that person because they know somebody was going to believe that person did it. And y'all know what I'm talking about. So it's not that. And then also, not all the strangers that got let into the new people, like I said. So that's what it is. So, of course, everything changes. So, therefore, we're not really beefing and roasting like we used to, having fun. Well, they drag and swat and charge for this and charging for that. So yeah, it's different. And I think that's why some of the old schools ain't around no more. Y'all don't see them around. They moved on doing other stuff, other content. You see them once in a while, or something like that, in my opinion. But let me get back to what I'm saying. So that's why Quanny came and did that live last night. And like I said, I think she was right. Because I don't know why the lady was attacking her. Like I said, to hang around long enough to see, but even if there wasn't no why, and maybe the lady just didn't like something about like Quanny she don't like anyway, that's just, there's people that don't like me. I guess I rub them the wrong way. They don't like my voice. They don't like my age. They don't like my body. There's something about me that they don't like, and I get it, because there are some people, well, I'm not going to say I don't like them. It's just not my cup of tea. Some people I just don't watch. They might be boring to me. They might not have a personality to me. They probably ain't strong enough to me. I don't know what it is, but they ain't done that to me. But that don't mean I dislike them. I just don't go over there and be with them. Now, let me look over and see if anybody come in just in case I got to speak. Yes, it was. Well, it's been longer than 2 years. I think the Bushes. I think it's been over. Y'all got broken computer. Good morning, cutie pie with your bougie bags, Manny. Hey, Spam, I'm trying to understand you speaking to Manny. But it's been longer than 2 years. See, I think she talking about when Quanny was up in the room crying because Sean Brett had uninvited her and she went anyway. I think I showed that picture with me and her with beef. You know how we go back and forth, because I spoke in a chat last night and she allowed me to speak. So I guess we back on speaking terms. Good morning, Pastor Sly. That's why when I get my cuss out from her, it'd be my turn. I don't be tripping. Nice to be back here. I feel like it's been a long time. Yeah, Pastor Slap Machine back. I started to miss the tears. Yeah, going around is just, that's what I'm saying. It is different. I don't care what nobody say. It is different. It's very different. And ain't nobody, it's not that nobody scared or ran. It's different. And some people don't like the differentness or whatever, of the change or whatever. Because y'all, if you remember right, and you do, because you was around, we always said no new people. We didn't let strangers come in. They got blocked right away. Even when Geisha tried to come in and drag Tracy, we'll be telling no. Tracy belong to us. We're going to drag her. You ain't got the right to come in and our sector try to drag nobody. You know what I'm saying? We did that the bud right away. See, it's different now. That's not done like that no more. It's like, come one, come all. Come on, strangers. Y'all can get in and then start dragging us original beef sector people. You know what I'm saying? No, but I don't know. That's why I say I guess I'm the old school mind. I'm the old school, whether it's Sunday or whatever like that. Because I don't mind for a lot of people like I used to. And I don't mind minding if somebody asks me, But I mind for Lady Nikki, but she be having guests on the panel and in the chat that don't necessarily like me or whatever. And but it's business. I don't be in there arguing with them. But you know, you got some mods these days will do that. You know, that's what they do. So everything, even that has changed. Like when I heard that lady say the other day, charge for people to come on your panel. We don't do that over here. We're not gonna run our people away. If they want to bless us, they will do that. Like Jay Wilson said, if they want to say it, they will, but we're not going to say I'm going to charge y'all if y'all want to come on my panel. Just like when we first met that other sect over there that they call the black sector, they were charging for ranch, and then they'd pay somebody to take that ranch. No, we didn't do all that kind of stuff. So I believe that's what it is. Anyway, Kwame got so much nerve acting for protection or complained that someone was dragging her. Yeah, she felt like her and View was cool, and View shouldn't have let the woman on the panel to do that. Thanks, girl. How you doing? Girl, I'm surprised to see you. But good morning. I know you're taking care of business or something. There's no state of limitation when it comes to situation beef sector. A 2-year situation pretty much means 2 weeks. Well, you can't say it like that because even stuff they still talk about 3 or 4 years ago, especially two main ones that can't get over, you know, whatever happened 3 years ago. They, you know, and they ain't got nothing else to talk about. One of them mistaken, baby. They bring, you know, all that up like that. They ain't got nothing. So I guess to them it's still new. But we want new stuff, though. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been there, done that, and we heard it all once before. And now we got to keep hearing it over and over and over again. That's the problem, too. Ain't no new stuff going on. Wow. Yaya Brung, I think the issue was she came to support and View didn't. Yeah, give a heads up and she could decide if she wants to engage. Exactly. See, I am for the show. That's another way to put it, too. She did. She went over, and I think she said that, too. She was just supporting. But then the mom came up and jumped her. Now one of my moms just came up and jumped nobody for no reason at all. If they said something to one of my guests, it's because the guest was totally disrespecting them. Totally. But just for this lady to just come up there and do that like that, and they not going to come over here and just get on my thing, the red miles and just get disrespected for no reason whatsoever. And even though I know Faith is Rhonda be playing, but when Rhonda not playing, Faith don't let her get away with that, and I don't say nothing because she be getting attacked first. And it's rather than me having to go say, well, I'm for protecting my mom, they protect themselves, but I will say something if I got one quiet and don't want to say nothing, and I think this person's out of line, but just jumping in my chat, attacking my mom for no reason. Are my guests. Okay. So anyway, let's go see what I'm gonna do with you. Spam, what I'm gonna do? What's Spam talking about? Spam, you're nuts. Spam, you my new Spicy Dicey. I wonder what Spicy Dicey must got a job. She went back to. That was our neighborhood troll. She would stop in on everywhere. And y'all remember she made Olivia mad. She played like she was coming over around the panel to show herself. But she got out there, she started playing Louis Armstrong. Oh my boy. Lydia couldn't take that though. Let me see. You don't come on Nika's panel cussing out other moms. That's the difference. No, I don't. And I never will. And I never will. I know she got a business over there. I'm a mind and I stay in a mind's place. I don't do that. And I'm not going to be in her chat doing that to her guests. Well, I don't know what you mean by protection. Like I just said, if somebody just come in my room and start attacking my minds, I'm going to speak up, if that's what you call protection. But most of the time, the ones that really be outspoken, they speak up on their own. They ain't going to let you just come in and disrespect them. Let's face it, Manny, for sure. And I'm quite sure the rest of them in the situation would do that too. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got to say nothing. They just say something, put them, they play it with you in hell. They just block them. Time out, something. And I don't question it. And I don't question it. You have a special place in my heart. Y'all really like, yeah, she just goes right over there. She don't be playing with nobody. Drag or drop down. Quanny have some nerves. Well, why you say that? You know, I guess she felt like don't nobody else be up here supporting her. I'm finna come support her. And then get attacked by View's mod over there. And it doesn't matter if she's Caucasian or not, but I was told she's some Caucasian lady named Kim. View, you can't be having people around the guest way. You already ain't got nobody watching you. Why you do that? Maybe that's why nobody really want to fool with you. Quanny was trying to support you. Don't nobody else come over there and support you. Sean Bragg didn't kick your butt to the curb and you done kissed everybody's butt to get back in with them. Especially Trey John and Lady Nikki. They let you back and did what you do. You stabbed Lady Nikki again, girl. So, and then Quanny's still over there trying to be supported to you. Now, I'm just, I'm just reporting what I seen and what I heard. I ain't throwing no shade at nothing. I'm just that. No, is that the way? Don't, girl, please. Because don't nobody care about Big Man being a guest over there. I thought he was gone extinct. Whatever you call it when ain't nobody around no more. How you call when something ain't around no more? Endangered species or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not bothering you, leave me alone. See, I'm telling you, I don't have to say nothing. And I'm not going to question her because evidently, Pastor Slot, you said something, but you be back. And she said she just timed you out. Now, if you're talking to me, I was talking about how View got attacked over there. I mean, View let this lady named Kim attack Quanny. Quanny was over there trying to support. Yeah, extinct. Yeah, something like that. Hibernation. Yeah, because she's almost in hibernation herself. So that's why I say I agree with that Quanny part. She called herself supporting. And we all know how Quanny is. She'll probably be dragging me tomorrow. Who knows? But do I care? No, I don't care. No, why would I care? Because like I said, I'm used to it. Now, see what else? Okay. It was very tense over there last night. And then let me get the lipstick out. Ooh, Lord, I ain't got to my story yet, huh? Sometimes y'all, and I know a lot of y'all don't go over there and read. Sometimes I like to go read some of the foolishness they say. And then a lot of times I don't, because they be dragging. And few of them still have their little 1, 2, 3 funny liners, like the old school ones over there. But you got new ones over there, and they write 2 and 3 paragraphs. After you read 3 lines, you get bored of reading it. You don't want to read. Well, I do. Like right now, they showing an old picture of Jay Wilson. What about him sucking air? I'm going to show y'all this picture to give y'all example. Now, nothing is worse than Dorothy eating grits on the screen. I'll take the popcorn all day. But this one right here, I'm going to read a little bit of lipstick out for y'all this morning. Because I went over there to look. So when I miss stuff, I'll go look because they put up people whole videos too. Like I said, they don't just do the funny one or 2 liners and stuff, embellish it, and then you got to go watch it, all this kind of stuff. Let's see. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. See? Yeah, I hope y'all can see this real good. Now, can y'all see this or is it too much glare? So they got that picture pops up. See, they keep old stuff. Did y'all see that? Just say yes or no. Then put my specs on so I can read what y'all said. Yes. Yeah, I'm good at Bless House. The bushes you've been having. Okay, let me get out here. Did y'all see that one? Yeah. What else? I'm just reading a little bit of them. No, and I'm not having a camera slip. I'll take my thing off on purpose. If I was, I wouldn't still be close. Let's see. So then they're accusing James, somebody named Moesha, and they're going to talk about bless over there. This again, yes, I am. They got somebody named Moesha Mitchell. Wait, so James hopped up on Peace's panel, instigated a situation that ended in Nika getting cussed out in front of 1,000 people, then went to do an interview on Shelly's panel while Nika got flung all over the spaceship by Brian. Ain't lying. I'm giving you an example of the kind of stuff they be writing. See? Now, in my opinion, I don't think he instigated anything. I think he was just probably letting them know that Brian was who that says stuff about it. And don't get me wrong, y'all ain't got nothing against Brian, and vice versa, I think. I'm just saying what's going on. But Shelly did do a live yesterday, huh? I'll peek over there sometime. Isn't James the one drag you beach? Wait a minute. What is Natasha Milan doing over here? I like James. I don't know Brian. Okay, that's what Natasha Milan said. See? Natasha, girl, where you at? See? She said, I like Jane. That's Latasha. I don't like see, I have to do it like that for y'all to see the whole thing. The wait, the hello. I don't know. They got somebody's video up. I can turn this off while I'm talking. Double girl has me. I'm gonna find some more to read. I don't want to read the real bad ones though. They still talk. Somebody else talking about Pastor eating grits. I don't know who they talk about. Somebody gave somebody 3 different accents since being on panel. So I'm going to get off here. Oh, okay. They talking about Jay Wilson on this one. They say he just asked Raw Big Privilege for another $100 to get Trish off. Oh, that's right. They say Trish was over there on the panel doing a lot. Fun teasing the wannabes. Let me get back over here because I want to keep up with speaking as people come in. Oh, but wait, can we congrats the spaceship. The spaceship yesterday was everything. Rose, I just eat with bread for yeah. Faith, girl, you've been talking about a lot of food lately. Are you pregnant? Girl, you better not be. Are you pregnant? Because last 3 times I've been here, you've been talking about food. Girl, you better not be pregnant. Big Sector Protection Program. Good morning. Faith's pregnant, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna move up some to another page and then I'm gonna get off of this and get back to my story. I just try to give some people examples because a lot of people say, who is and what is Lipstick Alley? Well, Lipstick Alley is somebody that basic commentary over here on the beef sector, but lately they kind of been mentioning a lot of the strangers that's been trying to invade the beef sector. Some of it is not invading because some of it's getting let in, but some of them hear about it over there at the spaceship and feel like that's the way they can get in. And then, you know, it takes it from there. And that's just me. Somebody, Moisha said, I'm not sure why Pissy Pam did to Quanny, but I think she's about to get cursed out. And I think this must be the Quanny thing, y'all. This is what she said for real, because I don't want to be reading that. Y'all think I'm saying it myself. Now, I wanted that video, Quanny. Let me see something. Oh, it's been moved. Okay, so sometimes they put people videos up here they can't play. They're not allowed to play them. Now, this is what I mean by long paragraphs. I'm not reading all this. Girl, I'm so glad y'all put me on. I've been glued to this trial. Oh, she's talking about how she been glued to this trial. Johnny Depp and Amber Turd. Yesterday, 8:44. I thought that was over. This man reminds me of Freakhold for some reason. But look at the paragraph. I'm going to let y'all see what I'm saying. I'm not sit there and read all that. I'm trying to find the small stuff. See the paragraphs? Now, that's 2. Some of them write 3 or 4. I'm not doing all that. So let me skip. Gather that whole cane. If he tagged me, I'm stepping on the pie face biatch. Throat. I don't know what they talking about. But they talking about Pizarro's thing. I don't know. I'm going to have to watch what they talking to get off. What part they talking about, because sometimes they will mark a spot. Now, if y'all tired of hearing about these people, I will stop. Pastor, you replied to what Rose said to me. You want to keep going? Go ahead. I don't have the energy. You better leave Faith alone. She ain't playing with you this morning. She ain't having the energy. So they got that up there a couple times. So now they over here straight up lying to y'all. Let me see who's doing this lying. Okay, master teacher is accusing Lady Nikki of flagging other videos, but is upset. No, she was not. She just did that one and she explained to us why. But anyway, I gave y'all a perfect example, the kind of stuff they be doing over there. So let me get off of here. Okay. Now, do anybody got that time stamp when Jay Wilson called Pizarro a B? I'm going to try to go to it and find it. But he did. And Jay Wilson, I don't know. Jay Wilson, was she already mad? Because she really didn't do that much when you called her a B, in my opinion. But you already mad? And like some folks saying, and I kind of agreeing, was that for the benefit of who was on the panel? Because she went over there, Lady Nikki came on, and she went, and Pizarro went over there. I guess she got 2 gadgets, and she was watching Jay Wilson. Well, that's just my opinion. But people, like I said, do what they want to do. I said I ain't got a dog in the fight, and they got all kind of jokes up here. Do any of y'all watch Lipstick Alley? But I've been in the sector. I said that based on what I've seen and heard from you. I didn't know someone else noticed. I don't know what Pastor noticed past the slot machine, so I'll move on because that required me to go up and get in y'all business and throw me off. I'm not doing that. Wow. He over there calling her that lady as if he doesn't know her name. As soon as he left, Trish back on the panel. Oh, okay. I'm at to watch and see what it was about Trish too, because they say something went on with that. Wow. Okay. I don't know if y'all. Anyway, I'm gonna start dropping my link too. I ain't got to my story yet. I'm gonna get there real quick. I'm gonna go through it real quick too. I'm just gonna read it since I'm taking up most of my time with this. Okay, they got a video up. See of Deanna Irvin. Let me see. Let me show y'all. They be putting the old people videos. Cause see, I don't know nobody say Blessed Walk is over there talking about lipstick said this, lipstick and say that that's her. So I'm showing y'all. Let me turn on a little bit this, see what they talking about. And do they got it? Okay. Everybody got that same music. Oh, that's when what's her name? Just read my book. Was telling Deanna about what went on or something like that. Sugarfoot Detroit ball. And now, okay, y'all, let me say this. Sometimes, like I said, they would have really funny 1 or 2 liners. I think this one might qualify for one, and I'm not laughing at nobody. And Pizarro got a sense of humor herself. So Sugarfoot said to Detroit 8 Ball, just read my book. If you want Pizarro to leave you alone, dress up like a book. This somebody, I ain't lying, girl. Let me show y'all so y'all won't say I'm doing that. She got a sense of humor, and I do too. So the things they be saying about me over there, I just be lying. I mean, just be laughing at them when they be saying stuff about me, especially when they said I was back out of rehab. Now it don't offend me. So I got a sense of humor like me. I ain't lying. That's what they said. She got a sense of humor like me, you know. So Jay Wilson, you are just mad that Misunderstood got the money to give to Vic to exceed his goal of 3,000. I was so pleased to hear your empty fake laughter. Misunderstood didn't shade anyone. Envy is an ugly thing. Stop being a powder puff. Well, Leviticus is saying Jay Wilson is jealous because Misunderstood sent Vic some money. Apparently last week I heard a rumor Vic need a car, need to fix a car or something. And they saying over here Misunderstood gave him the money. So I don't know. Anyway, let me get back to my original commentary. That's a little taste of what they be doing over there, y'all. Okay. But I was trying to get to show y'all what they said. I'm just out of rehab. Yes, indeed. I mean, come on now. Wow, how long are we going to pretend this shit is normal? Well, anyway, let me get this link dropped. I'm going to read some more of that when I get off here. Vic gave Pastor money. He did? But how much you give him? Because he want to be seen, and they know Pastor love his coins, views, and clicks. So, of course, like they still talking about him making up with GX. Well, I wonder how long that kumbaya is going to last. If all y'all donate for a fictitious transmission. I'm about to say, if y'all donate for this fictitious stuff, donate it to me. Wow. And my pride being the way, you know, like that. Like, I didn't want to come tell y'all about my key situation because I don't want anybody to say something about dry bagging. Because I was telling y'all how my key went down the elevator shaft and I had to go pay $400 a key. You know, those morning keys cost a lot of money because it was the key and the labor because the car had to go to the shop to be programmed through there. But y'all notice I waited till after I got everything rolling, which I wouldn't give there, but I'm just saying. And altogether, I paid close to $500 for the keys because I had to buy another security key to my building, which was $50 in the mailbox key for $750. $100 at Bless Watkins. I think. Wow. I wonder why he do that. To get in good. So that means Pastor gonna love him now. Everybody welcome. Big Ray, all your people. Throw a little joke over there, Pastor. He got Pastor be having jokes over there too. I like to watch him too. You know, I don't take personally. Oh, this is another thing, y'all. I want to premiere, and y'all know I like premiere stuff. I like my original chats, but there's a couple of them on mine. I want to premiere when we dressed up, but we didn't do it for Halloween. See, I was Nicole Tyler. Yes, was Deanna. Lady Nikki was Trey Jardine, and Chopper was Heidi. It was just all the fun, and they didn't get mad either. They weren't mad, you know, like people would be these days if they knew it was just a skit. I'm gonna tell you who else used to do funny skits. Dee Ramsey used to do hella funny skits, and even Rita. They used to do hella funny skits. Jay Wilson did one. Now the other guy, El Teddy, he always used to do Treachy, so it became unfunny. Wait a minute, y'all, let me blow my nose. Then I have another one. I got my foreign ace. Then I got another one where me and Klein, I was Stanky Baby, and Klein was her friend during that time. What's her friend name? Come on, they keep talking about every time she come on. The one she met going at the court, they've been friends forever. They ain't friends no more. What's Stanky Baby's friend name? She kicked to the curb. Good morning, Random Crafting. What is her friend name? Tracy D, yeah. So Klein was Tracy D, and Klein had a bag, and she wrote on there FUBU or something, because Stanky Baby was complaining that the purse that Tracy D gave her was cheap, but she had gave her expensive glasses. So we came on and did a skit. I'm gonna release some skits, but I'm trying to think who I want to do now. You know, when I do, it's going to be surprised. I'm going to come on one morning dressed up. Good morning, pretty chocolate girl. I picked up there at your signing thing. And I don't know, I said it yesterday. I just thought maybe you'd be a watch time. Y'all go over there and give it some. Well, no, nobody got to be there on the watch time hours. You just let it play and play and play. I be trying to think back how long did it take me to get watch time hours. And I was doing like you. You know, I was doing that signing stuff. Seems like it's taking a long time, but I know you already got your community board though, because nowadays, oh y'all, you don't have to get, first was 1,000, then 500. You can get a community board right away. I was told by somebody. Okay, I was told by somebody. Yeah, Tracy D. I'm trying to ask that question too. Now, y'all, and then I'm gonna open it. We can talk about what we want to talk about. I still ain't got to the story. I'll get to it. Rosenau been here 42 years for me, and this last one they gave me a community. You already got yours, Randa. I told you. So whoever thinks you can do that, you don't got. Girl, let me do the floor nails. Hold on a minute. When I get up here, I'm gonna go make my concoction face. Oh, I got my cucumbers and pineapple stuff. I'm gonna make my cucumber, and I'm gonna add some more stuff in it. Faith, you can do that. You don't got to have no panel, no page if you don't want to. Okay, you can get your community wall. Girl, get you one. My man got into going into my purple pamphlet while he was in the store with me. That's a no. Anyway, okay, I keep talking about the link. Now, at this point, I don't care what we talk about. Or do y'all want to? Because I can remove what I put in my thing and come back later and do it. I had this story because I was watching Lovely Tea this morning. And I got back, like I said, intrigued about that story of that lady. Let me tell y'all who it is. But first, let me see my mind. I'll say, go somewhere else. Okay, let me get this drop, then I can finish reading. Yeah, because see, I get thrown off when I'm doing something, when I'm reading the chat, because I've been trying to paste this for a while now. Grab hold to the face if you can, somebody, and I don't care what we talk about. Y'all talk about everybody want to talk about if somebody want to come because I've been doing this since I've had a. I started off as a string yard person, a panel person, and that's what I've been doing for these 2.5, 3 years that I've been on here. Not meaning nobody had to really come to the panel. That's just what I do, and I always have done, and going to keep doing. Whenever I come on here, now I can read this. Yes, man, I have 42/43 subscribers and no videos. See, go ahead, Faith. You should have some subscribers over there too, though. Girl, go ahead and start your community wall. You don't got to have a thing. Faith, you should have it already. How many subscribers do you have? Because I had 100 subscribers before I even started doing lives. People just subscribe to you. Girl, get your wall. Because I know your wall gonna be everything, because that's the way you like to, do things. Say something random.
Good morning, Miss Blast.
Good morning, random. How you doing, girlie? Okay.
No, I just came up because I was shocked myself. I got a notification and they're like, go check out your new features. They're now available on your page. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't do anything on this page. I just happen to have that particular device signed into this page. I have multiple pages. And I went and it was like, you have a community wall. And I'm like, oh, what? How? What did I do?
And the thing is, time since I've been first started on here, it was hard to get a community wall. You got to get your 1,000 first, all that kind of stuff first. Well, it took me 4 months, I'm not gonna say 3 months, because they said that the videos are putting up was repetitious. It sounded like the same title, because I would always have review of TCC every week after or every other day after we do a panel. So I had to change all that around before I can get anything. So I can say 3 months. So within 3 months, I had the time that I needed with Pretty Chocolate trying to do, the watch time hours and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And it was hard to get a community wall. So then last year, when the Rona came, they started giving everybody a chance to have a join button, for people to join their thing. And I assumed it was like that because the Rona was on, whatever. Then next, they start saying you only need 500 for a community wall. Now it's nothing, you guys. That is so good, girl. I know you're going to be on that community wall.
Yeah, I said, I was even on Tita's. I talked to Tita for a little while. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to do like B sector stuff. I'm just going to post things up that may open people's minds to a different channel set, somewhere they've never been before, something that may intrigue them, the people that I enjoy watching. Or put something inspiring up there. It's just going to be a little different. It's going to be offbeat. But it threw me off because, like, I literally made my first post 2 days ago when I got my wall. And I was like, what do I do with this? I don't use this channel like that.
Girl, get on that wall. And what you saying is cool because you got some people saying they want to see some different stuff sometime or hear some different stuff sometime. I'll peek over there and see what you're talking about and look for what you're talking about. Everybody likes some inspirational once in a while. Everybody not just about the mess. You got some people want, to see other stuff. So that's a good idea, Randy Craft, and I write that down to go look at your community wall too.
Like, we had talked about before how I love like the food review shows and stuff like that. And there was this guy that would go to different like offbeat, very traditional tribal areas, and he would talk about the food and their lifestyle, how they live, they're off the grid. And I enjoy it. I mean, that's just like my guilty pleasure. So I put them up there. I've got People versus Food, and there's a number of other things I watch, BBC and stuff like that I'm going to put on my wall, because you just never know. You might put something out there that inspires somebody or gives them a kiki and they had a long day from work,
And you know that I'm very interested in different foods and from all different cultures and everything. Matter of fact, every day I watch this one lady over there in Ghana, and I'm intrigued the way they cook and how they put the 3 big rocks up there. They put their pots on there. They got the kitchen. A couple of them got modern kitchen now, and the way they live, you would think that they pulled in, but they're happy people, and they have big gardens, so they have a lot of land. So I have been trying to mimic some of their dishes, especially their spinach and stuff. So you're going to be putting food over there too from different cultures too as well. I damn sure would be peeking because I got all kinds of spices. Like I get everything because I'm always experimenting. And you guys may have seen me experiment with like that Filipino soup. I be trying to mimic the stuff I go out and eat, you know. And so I would make. They have breakfast with eggs and stuff in it, you know what I'm saying, but with soups. So yeah, that's fine. That sounds like they would be fun.
And I've had my channel, this particular channel that I'm on, that y'all always see me on, since October 19th, 2020. And I don't do really much of anything. I may throw a video up and I'll even tell people it's up for 24 hours. If it's a prayer for somebody or whatever it is. And I take it right down. Like I don't leave anything up here. This channel is blank.
No, leave your prayers up there because somebody, you know, might read it in a scripture, whatever, and then might be having a bad day. Maybe 4 days later, longer, want to go back and read that same thing. Because see, every time you read scripture, you get something different. You know what I'm saying?
You're
right. So.
Yes, ma'am. You're right. Rose Bennett, it used to be 500 subs, but I only have 46, and I have a community wall.
Well, no, it used to be 1,000. Then what? 500, whatever. Anyway, I'm glad you got it. But yeah, don't take that down. That'll be inspiration. Always, somebody might go back, you know, go see it when they having a bad day. That's why I be doing my shorts or whatever. I'm not gonna never take those down. And I do have people hitting me up saying thank you. You know what I'm saying? They be needing that sometimes. You know, and of course I'm not gonna be biased, but people act like they ashamed to come on in and ask for prayer or whatever. You know, and I don't come over here and pray for nobody. I'm not want to be like one person over here, you know, do the most, all this carnal stuff they can pray. I just feel my church situation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to never take it down because somebody might go back to it and want to see that same scripture and get something different from it. Because for you to say stuff, what you're saying to me, that lets me know you read scripture and you believe in it. So when you put it there, leave it. Who knows? I might be having a bad day. I might want to go say, let me go see what scripture or what inspiration random having up. You just never know. So I'm just giving you an idea. You don't have to take it down. And I'm not trying to tell you how to do it, but I don't know. I wouldn't take it down because somebody might need that. You know.
No, I appreciate it. You know, anything that can help me help somebody, and if somebody's gonna be equally trying to lift up someone, I appreciate that because you never know. You might be blessing me right now to bless somebody else, which might make my blessings even better.
Hey, exactly. Hey, girl. I was getting ready to say something. I was waiting for her to get through that sentence. Good morning, pretty chocolate girl.
Good morning. I don't know if I've ever hit your link, so I had to come on and say, hey.
Hey, no, this is your first time hitting it, and thank you for hitting it, girl. And y'all, this is pretty chocolate. Y'all go ahead and give her a gander over there. She's still trying to work on her watch time hours. And pretty chocolate girl. Yes. To me, I think it's. I asked you yesterday, I think, why it's taking so long. You said you're still not there. And so, I don't know. But you do got your community wall, right?
Yes. So, back when I started, and hello, I'm sorry, I said hey, but I know if you heard me, and hi to everybody in the chat. So, back when I started, which was probably like a year ago, you had to have 1,000 subscribers in order to have a community wall. So, that's good that you got your community wall with, you said, what, 40-something subscribers?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, well that's good. Girl, don't be saying yes, ma'am to me, girl. I'm just a glamour girl.
I'm sorry. I'm from the South. You know how the Southerners raised us, honey. We're gonna give you those accolades until told otherwise, or until you take us there.
Exactly, girl. You're a grandma.
I'm a grandma. Yes, I have a 6-year-old granddaughter and a 2-year-old grandson.
Okay. I wouldn't have never knew that. You sound very, very young. You know, but you can't go by sounds, you know, and stuff like that. And of course, no, okay.
Yeah. Right, but I only have 2,000, well, almost 2,000. It's like 1,990 something watch hours. But I believe that within your calendar year, not a year, but within your calendar year, and I think mine's coming up in December, if you don't get your watch hours, your 4,000, then it's just, you won't get it. You have to wait another whole until December again. That's how that works.
Well, when did that start? I never knew that. And then, like, even all day long, I know you Friday work or whatever, have your thing going 24 hours, because I noticed that I only see you coming in the evenings.
Yeah.
You can let them 24 hours. Maybe that's why it's taking a little longer, because I thought you should have them by now.
Okay, that's what somebody said. Somebody said just let it play just do like a marathon and just let it play? I'm gonna start that today.
Yeah, start it today. When you get off of here, whatever you do, just let it go 24 hours. You ain't never got to take it away. Okay. And then every now and then people stop doing peak or whatever. So, but we're not worried about that no more. You got, people you need. You got your community board and all like that. Yeah, 24/7. That's how you got to do it. So maybe, and that'll speed it up. That'll speed it up.
Okay, but thank you for that advice, because I try to be there, because a lot of my subscribers, I talk about my health issues and my anxiety and my depression. So most of the time when I try to go to sleep and I come back, they're coming in and they're trying to talk to me, although it's just me doing my silent. So does it matter if I play music or not? Do you think?
No, just don't play the music where you can get flagged. You look at the YouTube free music and let that go continuously. When one song go off, another one will come on.
Okay.
If you want to play music, make sure it's the YouTube free music. You can get to that through you can Google that, or you can also go through the YouTube on your community board where it say music. Let me tell you exactly. Let me get my computer and tell you what it say. Go through that and it'll just play continuously. That's all you got to do. Don't matter what kind of music it is, girl. Okay. Just put some music on. It can be elevator music. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Bless.
Right. Through your studio.
On my YouTube studio. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was going to look at it and tell her exactly. But she told you through the studio in the back, YouTube studio, and you're going to see the music. And it's free YouTube music. And let it go continuously. That's all you got to do. That's all
I appreciate everybody. Everybody shares my videos and they, share my silent lives. I appreciate you guys and thank you so much, because you don't have to do it.
I'm sub to you, girl.
Thank you, girl.
And anybody down there that's not sub to her, and anybody that's gonna see my replay, sub to her. And so she can go and get this show on the road, but she almost there though.
Yes. So because I just want to help, I follow with the beef sector, but sometimes, I just feel like we all need someone to talk to, and we all need some calming just a little bit, just sometimes. So, I can get down and dirty if I need to, but for the most part,
but you don't have to. You don't have to. Now I'm looking at my thing. It says audio library. Yeah, and I click that on. Okay. And then it says audio library. Exactly is what that says. But I am glad that some new people coming on that want to do other stuff more than just beef, because you do have some of us do want to watch different stuff. And I tell y'all every day the kind of stuff I really be watching too on the TV when I got on here. I tell y'all all the time. And I want to start doing commentary on that too as well. And then you need some uplifting stuff. So it's nothing wrong, you young ladies doing that. Don't worry about no numbers, none of that, because you'll build up that kind of clientele. Because you hear me bragging all the time on the one lady that even left the big sector, and I'm just so proud of like how much what she calls herself commission reviews now. So no, and don't start off just beefing, because that's what you're gonna be known as, and that's what you're gonna get stuck as. So I really got stuck there doing that, and that's what. But I've always did try to talk about other things too as well. But yeah, you don't just have to beat up. You got to come on here, like you said, and clap back at somebody and put somebody in their place real quick. I understand. But if that's not what you want to do, don't start off doing it, because that's where you're going to get stuck at. That's where you're going to be known at. And then when you do something positive, ain't nobody going to want to watch you now unless you're doing a bunch of mess. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I think also another positive part about my channel is Malik comes, that's Brooke's husband, and he kind of co-hosts with me, and he has very good conversation. And I think a lot of people like that as well. It's not just, me up there all the time by myself talking. So we try to get together and have actual conversations.
Yes, because you will get to the point where you wake up every morning with messing your mind. Now, my first thought when I open my eyes is, thank you, God. Well, you know what I'm saying? My mobility is here. I'm in my right mind. I go through all that. Then I'm like, get my coffee, wake up a while, then I come on to talk about what I seen. But some mornings I be thinking, no, I don't feel like talking about that. I don't want, because that's not me for real. Real life to just be mess every day, all day. I like positive. So I'm glad you ladies is coming on, some new ladies coming on doing some positive. Don't get me wrong. I like the beef too. I like the people I got relationships with. But sometimes I do be wanting something different. And that's why sometimes lately I've been telling you I'm going to do 3 days a week here and 2 the other thing. I just ain't mapped out exactly. that I'm getting there. It's been taking too long. I'm prolonging it. I've been talking about it for a while, or whatever. But I'm glad some more stuff. And I can watch. And I like watching all you young ladies. And I've always said, I don't get on here arguing with young ladies, especially under 30 or none of that like that. But I like watching a lot of the young ladies on here. I really do. I just try not to get too deep involved, stay neutral, but it'd be funny. It's something to do. I watch young ladies on the television every day so I can watch them on the YouTube also. But what I'm saying is just don't get caught up on beef if that's not what y'all want to do.
And you know what, Miss Bless? The way I looked at things, I was like, I got this community wall for a reason. Like, you've got the ones that cover the real world news. You've got the people who cover the beef sector. Like, that's already been done. And then if you shout out this one and this one and this one, then it's going to be that one and that one and that one that say, well, she ain't shouting me out. So now you're mixed right back into that negative cycle. And it's like, I don't want to be in a negative cycle. I like the kikis and the ha-ha where you can roast and gag and keep it moving. But sometimes people go a little too far. And I don't even want to open that door. I don't even want that door to be in my room. So instead of doing that, I'm just going to do me. I'm going to put things out that I enjoy. And maybe somebody will come across it and they'll help bless somebody else's channel that's out here literally trying to get a coin for their channel. That ain't my MO. So since that's not what I'm looking to do, maybe I can help somebody who is out there for that build up where they're at.
And you know what? You can ignore the negative, and like I say, you don't have to do that because it's always going to be some naysayers. But at the same time, there is people on here that want the same as you. You know what I'm saying? Believe me, when you start doing it, you're going to see it's people that think and about the same things as you do. It's always people got the same stuff in common with you. I have people tell me all the time they're going to watch me no matter what I talk about because they like different stuff too. And when they get tired of the mess, they'll come on over here. You see, I got a little bit over here now, and I'm not really necessarily being messy. However, I talk about what went on. I was trying to get to that story of that lady. I'll get there in a minute. And but it's just, just do you like you said, and then just don't start off, with that, and you'll be okay. And then if you want to just because see, I want to make even another channel because the Blessed 2 already got is already, that kind of clientele, which is fine. But I want another one where I can talk about this other stuff I keep telling y'all I watch. So I got all kinds of stuff. But y'all know what I really want to do? TikTok. There's a lot of my peers over there on TikTok, meaning my age group. And when I was watching over there, I say, damn. And they be over there doing everything, cooking, dancing. Rapping. I mean, it's hella funny over there. And that's what I really want.
Then you should do it. If that's what you want to do, then you should do it.
I need to learn how to edit. Like if I'm cooking, I want to edit and put it over there real fast over on TikTok. But see, that's why lately I've been trying to do a lot of shorts too.
I enjoy your shorts, Miss Bless. I do. I enjoy your shorts.
Even though they be food all the time, but I was thinking, I do some little family stuff. I'm not ashamed of my family. I just would never bring them on here when all that stuff start going on, putting penises on the kid's head and doing just crazy stuff, distorting the pictures and stuff. But then again, that ain't gonna hurt me, and they don't know them anyway. Because I don't mind coming up here like I see some people do dancing with their grandkids or their parents and stuff, just having fun, family fun. I want to do all that. Yeah,
my daughter would not let me. Like, if she even knew that I told anyone that I had grandkids, she probably would be freaking out. She will not allow me to bring, put a picture or anything. I want to, because like you said, it's not really that serious. Like on Facebook, people do it. They put their family members out.
And I took my Facebook account down when all of that crazy stuff started happening, but I'm going to put it back up because, people were snatching everybody's pictures and just doing the most. But I'm at this point now, I just really don't care. So I moved. I just have my Facebook up over there all the time, and it's been down now maybe over a year and a half. I removed my Facebook. Yeah, but I'm going to put it back though. Yeah, because I used to watch a lot of lives over there, and I used to always film my church service. I used to always film family gatherings and everything right there on Facebook. And I've been doing it that more. And I met this lady. Well, I didn't meet her. I just subbed to her on YouTube the other day when I found her on YouTube. I used to always watch on Facebook the one that make those life-looking dolls. You know what I'm talking about? It's a lady that make dolls, and they look really lifelike. She make those baby dolls called. Yeah, I just subbed to that the other day here on YouTube. I just watch on Facebook all the time. And I can't think of her name right now, but when I find her, put it in my community board, so you can see it. Since you asking me about it, I wish I can just go to it right now, but that'll take up too much time.
They call reborn dolls.
Yeah, reborn doll. That's what you can Google right now and find her. And I watched her on Facebook for a few years, and I used to always watch this one lady frying crabs too. I don't know if she's still around on Facebook Live. She would go crab hunt out, she'd buy them, and that was my first time seeing people frying them. That's what I met Angela Stanton before she got deep in the politics with Trump, and she used to answer me back all the time. She's the lady that wrote that book about that housewife. Phaedra Parks was the leader of them doing the white collar crimes and stuff. Well, Angela, she was on Larry Reid, about two and a half, a little bit over 2 weeks ago. But I found her too on the YouTube and stuff to her. She do a lot of cooking shows, but she still talk about politics. I'm saying all this to say I be watching all that kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying? So you can just watch what you want to watch. You know, I'm saying, and so I have fun watching that stuff. So I don't just sit at home all day and it be about me and the YouTube beep, beep, beep. No, I don't. However, I'm going to always be over here because this is where I start off. I appreciate the experience that somebody gave me to teach me how to do this. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. So, but I'm just saying, sometimes you grow. Sometimes you got to have a little growth. Because you're reborn
art. Real quick, ladies, I'm going to drop down. I need to read up on what they're talking about in the chat because we have multiple vehicles in our yard, but two of them are a vehicle they're speaking on, and I had not heard about this stealing cars thing.
Oh, let me see. Police said they thefts. Wait a minute, girl. Let me get there then, because I be trying to stay out of. Wait a minute, y'all broke it. Police said
certain Kia and Hyundai cars are being sold due to social media trend.
That one right here, social media trend that has teenagers swiping cars using USB cord. The cars are also hot targets because they are apparently easy to steal. And you know what? I remember somebody was trying to steal my 1998 Honda. Remember I told you I bought me a hoopty for a transportation card in 2014. At the same time, I had my Buick and stuff too. They were breaking into those cars very easy. People want those kind of cars even to this day. They're good on gas. People at the car lots are asking people to buy their Hondas and stuff. But now the theft thing, they always did want to steal Hondas, Nissans, and Toyotas. Wow, yeah, let me see this. These trends are insane.
I own two Hyundais. I got a 2016 and I got a 2021. And we bought them, to be starter cars for the girls. Obviously, we're going to be driving them, but we have 8 vehicles in the yard. But we wanted them to have newer modeled cars that would have, certain safety features and airbags and stuff like that. So I need to know what's going on because I ain't trying to have my kids out there and them not be, up to date on what's going on.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to look this up too. Okay. So sometimes when I look at my chat, it be good stuff going on. Sometimes I try not to because it'll throw me off, Of course, they're spam, but their kids are all national doing the dumbness. And they doing it with a USB card. Wow. It's all over the news. Okay. It started on TikTok.
See, I need to know what's going on. I'm lost because I don't
never heard about it. I'm gonna have to look into it too. You're right.
Well, I'm gonna read the story right now. What do I look at? Fake, not fake. Sorry, okay.
Yeah, and then tell us.
Wow.
Like I need to know.
Yeah, if you got 2 Hondas, yeah, you need to know. But yeah, they always did need to know. Hondas. They always did want to steal Hondas, but people looking for them these days to buy too, because the gas situation and all. Just they're easier cars. And they're not expensive. Like I just told y'all about a key. Almost $500 to pay for it. To where if I had a car like that, I could just go to the key shop and get a key made. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's all kind of reason why people are starting to want older model cars. I want another one again too.
And what was it like 20 years ago? People were stealing Cadillac converters off of cars.
Yeah.
And I happened to have an old school car and it had a Cadillac converter. And I caught somebody like peeping under my car. I'm like, what you doing? Like, what?
I just subscribed to you, Random Crafting.
Thank you, baby. I'm already subscribed to you, honey.
Do y'all see when I'm here for the show? He said also the folks attaching air tags to your car so they can attaching so they can rob your house when they see you out buying stuff or going. Wow.
Air tags has been a big thing in the last, I say, 2 months. It's getting worse.
Air tags?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And like how all these people are doing like their whole house like completely computerized, and you got Alexa doing all this stuff. People are finding ways to get in the back doors of it.
Yeah, I cut her off.
I'm going to have to read about that, you know, about these cars getting stolen. But before I do that, y'all, for anybody that didn't know what we were talking about just then, I'm going to show y'all the baby dolls real quick. Oh, my God, they're cute.
I know what you're talking about. They look so real.
Wow. Yeah, let me show the ones that don't. Okay, let me show y'all something.
They are cute.
Can y'all see that doll real good? Say yes or no, ladies. Can y'all see that?
Yes. Look at the one in the middle.
Okay. Now, let me go down a little bit. She got all nationalities. She got the little Caucasian girl. Oh, went off. Did y'all notice the price? I would think it would be like this first one, $149.
$300,
I would have thought it would be more expensive than that. And this lady, when I watch her, she actually be in her workshop making the dolls. But this one is pretty. Look at this one right here. Y'all would think that's a real baby. Look at that.
Oh, they used to cost more.
They're adorable.
My daughter, my youngest, she used to want them. So they used to be like $400.
Y'all see that? I think I want one for myself. Maybe this would be a good gift for because girls still like, my baby still like dolls, and she's 9 years old, 10. And oh my God. Yeah, now look at this one. I think this would be one of my favorite ones. See the one with the pacifier in the mouth?
Aww.
Oh, girl, remind you of new baby.
The babies aren't too dark. You know what I'm saying?
They're gorgeous.
The babies, they were too dark. Some of them were too dark.
Be right back, ladies. Real life, you know.
Okay, real life. Thank you for coming up random. Go ahead. If you got to leave, I understand. I appreciate you coming up and check out that car situation. Y'all look at the tweet.
Random. It was nice talking to you, sweetheart.
And I would be looking for your community board, because like I say, everybody do want something different sometimes, you know, for real. Now, Miss Chocolate, let's see what's going. I know I call you Miss, and then you know what? I gotta have it saying Miss too, because sometimes I say Miss Fizz.
It's okay.
And then you said ma'am, she said something about don't say ma'am, but I get it because I grew up, everything was Miss. And another thing we did when I was growing up, when we say somebody's name, like if I got a friend named Ronald, we always say hi Ronald Brown, hi Vicky Bland, hi so and so. You know, we would say the whole name back then.
Yeah, I called her sweetheart. Some people don't like that.
Wow. Faith said they used to be blessed after clothes and all. Faith, you got one.
Yes, that's how much they cost, Faith. Yes, that's true. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want one, Faith. And she got a sale. Oh, I'm going to inquire about that when I get off here. I can have it back in time for Christmas for my baby. And I really don't go all out on Christmas, but I want one for myself just to sit around for decoration. Like I got that old gone thing over there. I'm going to show y'all what
you need to get one that has like the little thing on their head. Like you be wearing your little head.
Oh, I burn it. Maybe I actually can make one with a bonnet. Yeah.
That'll be so cute at nighttime. You put a little bonnet on, or in the daytime. Oh yeah,
I will do that for real though. I will do that because I got this little ugly gone over here. Let me show y'all what I'm talking
about. Hey, diving. Happy Thursday to everyone. I hope everyone's having a blessed day.
Gone, but it's supposed to be. You know, I got this little ugly gone over here, girl.
What is that?
A gone, a large GNOME, a gone.
Oh,
okay. And I don't know what made me get this gone. I just like it. And I got it sitting over there for decorations, filled with the love. Huh? Well, the purpose I think was supposed to be. Yeah, wow, what I do at the card so I can read the purpose of this to you. And I kept it so I can read it. Something about good energy. You know, gone's supposed to bring good energy or something like that.
Oh, okay. I like
Which I believe in God and all like that. Don't get me wrong, superstition. I just think I basically just like it to, you know. And it cost me $28. And I said I was gonna get to my grandbaby. Because she got all kind of little
gadgets. It's not ugly though. It's not bad.
She got all kind of little gadgets laying around the room. So when I get her one of these dolls, I'm letting her know it's not to be holding. It's going to be a collection thing. Like I wish I would have kept all my Barbie and Ken dolls back in the day, but how would we have known they were going to be collection items? Because the ones that sell these days in the store, they're not worth enough. You just buy them. But the ones that I used to get coming up Barbie dolls, those are collection items now.
Yes, they are.
Oh, right now
And the
about one.
Cabbage Patches.
That now I remember when the Cabbage Patch came out in the 80s, all the kids, girl, the people used to be fighting down here in the store for the Cabbage Patches over there down at Walmart and the Target.
Especially the black ones. They've been trying to get them black ones. It's hard to get.
But now I'm gonna say known, bless. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
known.
the
Well,
gnome. Oh, okay. Okay.
I wasn't pronouncing it right. Is that why you saying that? Let me read. I thought I was. I'm gonna pronounce this to you.
Yeah, that looks like it says gnome, right? Phenomenal.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a known, but I guess I didn't pronounce it right. Maybe because I spelled it Gnomies, Gronies. It's a gnome. I call it gnome. I call it a gnome. Is that what you're meaning? Is my phone ringing? Oh, turn this off.
You know what I went and got me? Because we were talking about like not being superstitious. I went and got me a dream catcher. It really helped.
A dream catcher?
Yes, it did.
What?
I prayed
What?
over it first, though. Nah,
Yeah,
I
and
prayed over anything.
blessing too, because I got some blessed oil. I remember I was throwing some blessed oil at my computer one day, and ever since then, Dutch Kid Love called me Holy Water Blessed. But yeah, I blessed my house. But it's spelled Gnome. The G got to go at the front of it. Phenomenal. It's Gnome. So I did it right. And so yeah, I got a big old bottle of blessed oil, and the people that blessed it, I truly trust the Christ in them. Y'all don't just have anybody praying on me or praying over nothing. I can pray over myself, really. You know what I'm saying? So be careful with that. Then I had got this that I had won from the raffle from Deanna, and it's that big old pink rock thing that you plug up. And it's supposed to, have it on low. It's supposed to be pleasant, help you sleep, this and that. I don't know if it works or not, but I turn it on at night when I'm reading it. Something, I forgot what you call it. It's pink. You know what I'm talking about? It's
I have
pink.
one of those. It's something
Pink
type of
salt.
rock.
Yeah, now, I like that.
Yeah.
I would have never thought of buying nothing like that, but I had one in the raffle, which she's going to start the raffle back up in December. Okay, wait. Good morning, Diven.
Hey, Tracy.
Let me see who I didn't speak to. Okay, now, do y'all want to get to the story I kept saying I'm going to talk about? You got something else you want to talk about? We talk about the story for a little bit.
Go ahead. I'll stay for a little bit. I'm going for a second.
Okay. It's and I know y'all heard of it, but the reason I'm talking about it because I was watching Lovely Tea this morning. And let me get out of this chat too. Let me turn this off because that's gonna throw me off. And she was talking about the Michelle Blair story. The lady that tortured her children didn't hid their bodies in the freezer. Some more, but I can't say she was a copycat. The nut, Lady Nikki just did she just did the story about him. You know, the nut. They made the movie out of him. Yeah, I was wondering, was she a copycat one? Because I talked about a copycat one when I first came back last week. Anyway, it was supposed to be a simple eviction, because she was getting evicted. But as authorities scoured Michelle Blair's house, what they found ended up sending shockwaves through Detroit. Okay, so back in 2015, the 35-year-old Michelle Blair was living on the east side of Detroit with her 4 children when she was evicted for not paying her rent. The relatives say she was unable to keep a job and would always call them for money, and they would help out on rent and all that. But those calls stopped when they refused to help and advised her to get a job and go back to school. See, they got tired of, having to constantly help. And you do get tired of your own family when they feel like they don't want to do something. You only can help them so much. And by you keep helping them, you're hindering them and they don't want to get out and do nothing. So anyway, Michelle Blair apparently disregarded their advice because in the morning of March 24th, 2015, she was served with eviction notice, but she wasn't there. That's when a crew from the 36th District Court went inside and began removing furniture from the home. And then what they removed next wasn't furniture. It would be sending shockwaves through the community, is how they wrote it. Inside a deep white freezer located in the living room of the home was the frozen body of a teenage girl wrapped in a large plastic bag. Wow. And you used to see Black people doing this stuff. I used to say that all the time. Back when I was growing up, whenever I hear something scary like that, because I still got this vision in my mind. And I don't know if this ever happened, but I was a little girl watching news, and I had to be first, second grade, somewhere in elementary. And it was a little white girl when I walked to school, would pass by our house. I don't know if I remember my memory. is I played with her or not, but I knew of her. Did she walk with us or what? Because the neighborhood was very diverse, white, black, whatever. And when I watched the news one time, there was a little girl that had got found. The mother had beat her to death with a bat or something. I never asked my parents to look into it. I was a child. But as the years went on, I've always had that image in my mind that that was that little girl. And I can't think her name. And I used to think, let me get a yearbook from elementary school and see if it was her, but I never did that either. So what I'm saying is, in my mind, it always was the Caucasian parents. And that's why I've always thought like that. And it had to be true for years, just like the shooting. It was also a Caucasian young man to go shut up the school. Now we got our own people doing it sometimes. Very rare, but they still do it. But anyway, let me keep going. So when police arrived, they made yet another discovery, the body of a boy right underneath her. So there's 2 children. And then a neighbor didn't waste any time disclosing Michelle Blair's whereabouts. So the neighbor told what Michelle was, and the police found her at a neighbor's house with 2 others of her children, age 8 and 17. But her other children, Stephen, Gage, and Barry, 9, and Stony Ann Blair, 13, was missing. After some brief questioning, Michelle Blair was arrested for murder. When the police took her away, they said she claimed, "I'm sorry." Now, when she was in the court, she was given a reason. I kind of watched that too real fast, quickly this morning, because it was time for me to come on. Because like I said, I caught this again this morning. And I vaguely remember this story. I know a lot of y'all probably do remember it. Anyway, meanwhile, authorities took the bodies to a morgue to thaw for 3 days. They had to thaw out the body for 3 days, and an autopsy was performed. The children was identified as her kids, Stephen, Barry, and Stony Blair. The medical examiner ruled their deaths homicides and determined that they had been deceased for at least a couple of years. How could a woman in the house just know she didn't kill her children, and then over there in the deep freezer, there go 2 bodies of her children? Is she still using the freezer for food as well?
Wait, I'm sorry. Can I stop you for 1 second? Are you talking about the lady? Are you talking about the lady that when she went to jail, she was like, "Yes, he needed to die. Like I needed to kill him."
Okay, I'm gonna get to that because I think when I was watching the court proceeding this morning, I think that is her. But I'm gonna find out for sure. Let's see. Okay. Michelle Blair confessed to the murders at the Wayne County Court. She told Judge Dana Hathaway that she killed her demons. Yeah, that's her then. That she killed her demons after finding out they were raping her youngest son. And claimed there's never been. And I remember that didn't happen.
She made that up.
Yeah, she made that up. And Blair said she returned home one day in August 2012 to find her son simulating sexual activity using dolls. And if he did, he saw her doing it with her crazy butt. He just saw somebody, if that's the case for real though, a Pretty Chocolate. It was then Blair asked him, "Why are you doing that? Did anybody ever do this to you?" When he told her that his brother Stephen had, she went upstairs to confront him. Blair said she confessed, and that's when she began punching and kicking him before placing the garbage bag. I don't believe that. She made that up. I don't believe that he did that. No, she's lying.
I followed this whole story. I know exactly what she said, and she said she was touched as a child.
She said that she repeatedly poured scalding hot water on his genitals and had his skin to peel off. Oh my gosh, she tortured that little boy. And she later made Stephen drink. She made him drink Windex and wrapped the belt around his neck, lifted him up, and asked, do you like how this feels? Choked him with a belt. And then the boy lost consciousness. Then after 2 weeks of torture, Stephen succumbed to his injuries. 2 weeks later, he died on August the 30th. Now I want to get to the part of what you just said, how she was in the court, because I do think she was saying it this morning when I was watching the court proceedings. Anyway, 9 months after murdering Stephen, Blair said she found out that Stony was also raping her youngest son. See, you see the pattern here? She just didn't like them too. They weren't raping nobody. That's when she began.
Watched her do everything that she did, and you know what? The families wasn't looking for the kids. They said that they called her and was like, where are the kids? And she said they're sleeping. They just don't want to be bothered right now. For years.
And you know why I think they probably did that? Because they said they was tired of helping her and they want her to get a job, go to school and stuff. So they, I guess, out of loyalty for family or whatever, they would just call check on her. She said she fine. Then they just forget about her. So I understand why they wasn't really checking. They probably never thought in their mind that she was that sick for real and would do something to one of those children. You know, that's just like, I don't feel like being bothered, but I know I still love that relative. And then out of the fact that I am so family oriented, every once in a while I'll check, how you doing? You doing okay? The kids okay? Yes, they're fine. Okay. Wait another month, you know, just to be checking, because you tired of their shenanigans. You tired of having to pay the bill. You're a grown woman still on your feet. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of understand why they, you know, just ask. She said that and this and that. Maybe they didn't want to talk a long time because she's going to start begging again. Wow. Anyway, they was in a deep freezer for almost 3 years. No one looked for them. Wow. And the fathers was even absent.
Yep. They were trying to get the kids and she kept saying no.
And she had taken them out of school. And she told the school official that she was going to teach them at home. She was going to homeschool them. And then when the neighbors asked about the children whereabouts, she always had an excuse. But nobody, and the thing is, if the neighbors are asking about the children and they notice that the children never outside playing anymore, ain't that a red flag? If you used to seeing kids outside playing, say if I had a neighbor and the kids always outside, I'm always seeing them, I'll go over to their fence, talk to them sometime or whatever. Then all of a sudden I don't see them for a whole year, and every time I ask where they at, you got an excuse, or they're going over here, they're going over there. No, something wrong. Something wrong. The kids got to come outside sometime to go to the store.
They didn't go outside.
Somewhere.
Nothing.
Wow. Anyway, she had pleaded guilty in June to 2 counts of first degree premeditated murder. Is now serving a life sentence at the Huron HURON Valley Correctional Facility in Michigan. I don't know how to pronounce the name. It's YPSILENTI. Salenti. I know that Y and P got to be silent. Anyway, she dared no possibility of parole. No, she should have been put under there. You're right. She didn't need no parole. So when I heard Lovely T talking about this morning, I said, oh, I really remember that. And see, I like talking about stories like that too, Pretty Chocolate, don't you? But then I don't always want to just talk about sad stories. But, you know, that's interesting if you know, think of something that happened years ago. And I guess Lovely T do this kind of conspiracy stuff once in a while. I'm assuming she does. And not even the family knew the children was gone. Somebody should have. That's what I'm saying. You ain't never seen them come outside, kick a ball. You never heard their loud voices in the house playing when you pass by. I mean, just nothing.
I think she had one buried in the back, right?
They didn't say that. They said both kids were in the freezer. The girl was at the top. And then on further looking, the boy was at the bottom of the freezer. Took 3 days to thaw them out. Her name is Michelle. Oh, I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's Michelle. Her name is Mitchell. Let me see what this got. Like a man, not Michelle. Okay, let me go at the top.
Wait, what's her first name?
Right. You're absolutely right. It's Mitchell. 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 I was calling her Michelle.
Yeah.
Say that again, Pretty Chocolate.
What was her first name?
It's Mitchell. MITCHELL. I thought it was Michelle. I looked at it real fast. I thought it said Michelle, but it actually said Michelle Blair.
Blair. Okay.
Thank you for that correction. Good morning, Howdy Favored. Yeah, wow. Miss Queenie, thank y'all here later. I'm not feeling too great. Been under the weather since Monday night working on some. Okay. Well, but that's the sense. That's girl. I hate hearing stuff like this. You're right, Randall. This stuff turns my stomach. Yeah, and then there's another interesting stuff. Y'all. Okay, I'm gonna get to this last story, y'all, for real. And usually when I come on here, Miss Pretty Chocolate Girl, usually when I come on here, I never know what I'm gonna talk about. That's why a lot of times I just put my title, and sometimes I'll put in the description box what I'm gonna talk about. But then I end up talking about more. So after I get off, I would put in the description box if anybody want to stop by my house, the House of Diamonds. They'll know if they want to stop and watch what I had talked about. Now, this lady in the court. Is these people Fox 2, are they picky as well as TMZ? Because I don't want to show their stuff in big flag or whatever. Maybe I'll play a little bit of the sound.
Just a little bit, I think will be okay.
Yeah, because I want to see what this is the one I saw a little bit of it in court when she was talking. Can somebody put up the fair rights, please? I'm gonna play a little bit. Makes best life. Yeah. Hey, Miss Bless, been busy this morning running late. Hey, Jay Parrish. And whenever I come on like this and I put in my time and y'all know I'm gonna be trying to be positive, I appreciate my core people that do come watch. The other ones, when they do watching the mess, they come watch the replay. So I don't worry about that either. I don't worry about nothing. Never did. One person that was teaching me this, they told me, yeah, don't never knock nobody's numbers. Never do that. One time I was talking about something. She said, no, don't do that. Because the next day you might just have 3 people. Don't do that. What comes around goes around. I found that to be true by watching some people. So I'm not talking down on nobody, nothing like that. So, Honey Favorite Savage. I don't like talking down on people. Pretty Chocolate, people have the wrong impression about me, you know, which I don't care because I know myself, and the people that watch me know myself. Mm-hmm. Nah. I'm just my life
doesn't make you feel good as a person when you get a certain age. Just that negative energy. I don't like negative energy. I mean, I like to go off and I like to listen to the crap and the beef, but at some point, enough is enough. It'll just tear you up.
It is, and it is enough. Your money comes from the replay. If people watch the replay and all like that. And she said, I'd rather have 5. Yeah, me too. Random. Me too. You know what I'm saying? I remember it used to be pleasant when I first started. Now then, here come the trolls. It don't be people that like you for real. It be people that just want mess. And you know, so we give it to them every once in a while. When I do, sometimes I have to. But you know, but like I said, I got to admit, I enjoy watching it sometimes though.
I do.
Yeah, I got to admit that. I do, and I ain't never leave the beach, so I have to admit that though. So let me get back to where I was. So I was finna tell y'all something about this little boy, but first let me get to this girl. Now, can I get anybody here? Is Manny or Paige here to put the fair?
I don't know what to put. I just put that, but if you want to put that up there.
Okay, fair use. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Thank you. So I'm not gonna play all of it. Okay, and I'm gonna speed it up. Let me get the speed going first. We're gonna hear. So I got to see if this the one where she was talking crazy, like when you asked the question. Wow, let's see something now. Let's go.
So for the whole 9 months, we were in the house. She was still raping my child. I did not know that. When I first found out, after told me, I took a minute because I was not understanding, you know, that she did that to him. But I repeatedly punched her on many occasions. My son, I told him to tell me every single thing she did to him. So as she was telling me, he was telling me more and more things that she did. I assaulted her every time he told me what she did to him. By assault, I mean I punched her. I have put a bag over her head till she lost consciousness. I threw hot water on her, scalding hot water from the faucet.
Did you hit her in the head with a whip?
Yes, I hit her in her head multiple times, over and over.
Was that shortly before she died?
That was actually the day before she died and the day she died.
Okay.
I hit on her back, like on her tailbone. I kicked her.
Okay, I just want to clarify a few things. And perhaps you don't know, but did this happen on or about May 25th, 2014?
Number speed it up some too. She describing how she beat the girl.
You said you killed her by putting a grocery bag over her head?
Yes, that day.
Y'all, if she's talking matter of factly, like it's not a big deal, everything that she did. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Lord,
that was a good judge, though. That was a good judge. Yeah.
I wouldn't have known if she hit him. I had put many bruises on him. So every time she went upstairs, she admitted to me that she was hitting him also, knocking the hell out of him, telling him, you better not tell her nothing. Okay. You get what I'm saying?
I understand. When she admitted these things to you, were you always being physical with her?
The first time, no. We were sitting there. Okay. She denied it constantly. I'm like, Stoney, you better tell me. You don't know nothing about it. He constantly, you get what I'm saying? Who would admit that? Who would admit that if they did not do it?
No, she just hated them kids.
Basically the same thing. Can I ask you a question first? The people standing behind this woman who just asked the question, is she trying to make it seem like this did not happen?
No. We just have to have a clear record.
Okay.
This is your time to talk. Go ahead. Right now, ma'am, this is just you choosing to plead guilty. People do not have any sort of plea agreement.
Yeah, because you know, it's like I'm willing to take a polygraph test. It's like I understand people don't want to hear me, period, but I'm willing to know everything.
To you. Tell me what happened to Stephen.
I came home one day, my daughter, my oldest, met me at the door, and she's like, Mom, come see what he's doing with his dials. And I'm like, what is he doing? He was making one dial, his little wrestle man, up on top of the other. No, I'm like, why was you doing that? I said, anybody ever do this to you? He said, no. I said, then why are you doing that? And he said, yes, Stephen did. And I was like, so this is the first I'm hearing about that, period. This was 9 months
ago. She learned on them kids. And yeah, pretty chocolate. Yeah, girl, do it because everybody got a different perspective. You might have a different opinion than me. You might go deeper with your opinion with me. This was kind of rush day. I just saw Lovely T talking about it this morning. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because I remember her talking to the father, and I think she did all this because she was mad at him for leaving her. I looked up on this. I remember this story.
Wow.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, get a little more.
This was around August 30th, 2012?
No, this was before August 30th when he died. This was maybe a week.
We're going to move up a little bit, though.
So that,
let's see.
9-year-old couldn't ejaculate. You get what I'm saying? So not only did you do that in my son's eyes, so my son had to go through all this shit. So yes, I threw hot water on him repeatedly. Yes, it did. His skin came off.
See, now she's talking about how the skin came off his penis when she threw hot water, and she making up an old fake ass cry.
Told me in the middle of the night he took him in the basement and he made him drink the blue
So
stuff.
fake.
What blue stuff? So I walked downstairs. He showed me what I said. You made drink Windex, and then I went back to like years before, and I'm like, is this what was wrong with him? I thought he had the stomach flu when you vomit and have diarrhea. At the same time, at that time, this is what was going around. A lot of people had this is what I thought had.
Basically, I am here for the show. Okay, you said she had those kids pitted against each other and lying to keep themselves. Yeah, they were so afraid of her, and she's badgering her. Didn't they do it? Didn't he do it? Then of course they're gonna say, yeah, they did it. Because they were scared of her, trying to save themselves. So you're right. They want to be out of the line of fire. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
So yes, I made that boy drink Windex.
Again, you knew you were seriously harming him, but you didn't intend to murder him.
No.
But your actions ultimately caused his death.
Yes, they did.
Okay. Were you Stephen's mother?
Yes.
He was in your custody?
I don't claim him as my son now, and I do not claim Stoney as my daughter. I have 2 children. That's it.
Wow.
Stoney or Davies. Period.
My question. The time he died, he was in your custody or care?
Now, let me understand this part. The two she killed wasn't really hers?
No, they were hers. They're hers. She's just saying that. She's just saying she don't want them to be her kids.
Wow.
Stephen was 9.
And again, did this happen at your house in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
And now the boy is 9 and she said molesting the small baby. See, now she knows she lying. That 9-year-old boy didn't do that. This lady's sick. I met her all over again from when it first happened in 2015.
Yes.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Stephen was punishment for what you did. Is that right?
For what he did.
Yes. For what Stephen did.
I'm going to move up, y'all. Then I'm done.
But after I found out Stephen, and before I started hitting him, I did actually call the police on invite.
Oh, Lord.
Instead of a situation like
I'm gonna do it.
You know what? Yeah, I heard that. And I feel just like you, Jess. I'm tired too. Now she got another court here, but I'm not going to play that. But y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. So, yeah, oh my God. Now that's just the SICK sick. Now, let me get
play it later, Miss Bless, because I can't get flagged for it.
You can't. Oh, that's right. That's right. Because I don't know if Channel 40 kind of picky. I know when I was showing for TMZ, that's why y'all don't see me showing no court proceeding like some people do, and they get away with it. And I don't never do the screen share them people ever since TMZ. And I said, I don't know who's picky, who's not picky. So I just rather talk about it. I might play a little bit for y'all to hear or something like that.
I think another thing you can do is you can go in and that part of your video where you play that, you can mute it.
Delete? What did you say? Delete it?
You can mute it so it's not playing.
Oh, yeah. Well, usually when they do that, they give you a choice, to remove that part, mute it or something. Yeah. Let me see what this is. Okay. Random crap thing. Say something, babe.
You know this is me.
Okay, let me move this big old face out the way. I gotta put me some more faces on it though. Y'all been procrastinating. I want to put some different stuff. I'll get around to it.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, girl.
And maybe random, maybe you understand this too, because that's the question when I heard her say that. You heard her say she only had 2 kids. She didn't have 4. So I'm not just as pretty shocked. Well, all of them were a kid. Wasn't her, but they said yes. So she did have 4. Chanel. So I wonder why she said that.
You know, this is, in my opinion, this is another situation where we're dealing with mental illness, where they're using things to fit the narrative based upon what they're dealing with. When it's convenient, oh, I got 4 kids. When it's not, you're going to reduce the numbers. You see what I'm saying there? Oh, you going to give me more money? Oh, I got 8 kids. Now, all of a sudden, you recognize all your children. Anybody with that kind of mentality that can't appreciate children for the beautiful creatures that they are and the gifts that they are,
Mm-hmm.
you know something is definitely wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Girl, I don't know. This just makes you sick all over again.
But she admitted everything. I did it. I sure did, and I'll do it again. What?
As if it wasn't a big deal, as if it was just nothing.
Ooh,
You know, just matter of fact, that, oh, well, yeah, by the way, I killed my children. By the way, I scalded his penis pill. By the way, I kicked him. I mean, like, it just wasn't a big deal.
She fed some kids and some kids she didn't. She just was a mess.
All probably, and then y'all say probably is all behind this man leaving her. And then y'all, now the dad, I didn't listen to if the dad testified or whatever, but did the dad ever speak up and say anything?
I didn't see if he said much. I just know that they were at like a court hearing where he was there, and she was just screaming, talking about, you left me, like, you know, like, and they're like, wait, it's about the kids, not about him leaving you. It's like she was trying to get back at him.
And did you hear her in the court told the judge, wait a minute, ask you a question, talking about something somebody was doing behind her, like that's affecting her, bothering her because they talking or whatever they was doing.
Yeah, who cares? It's not about you, girl.
Wow. She said she didn't claim that for abusing the little brother. 9-year-old supposed to abuse his little brother, made him say, yeah, I did it. No, this lady was a total nut.
I got her ass beat in prison.
And let me tell you, I have a family member that has Down syndrome. And even she knows better than to abuse children like this. Like, there's some psychosis going on.
I agree.
But I will knock it out of you. Try and treat one of my gifts like that. God gave me my baby. If you come even close to trying it, I'm going to make sure you know that there is a God and there is a devil and he has demons. Because on that day, you're going to see all of them.
What was the grandma? Wow. Like my grandbabies don't, if my grandbaby have as much as a mosquito bite.
Girl?
Yeah, wow, y'all. Go ahead. I'm listening to y'all too.
One of the problems though, we don't have big mamas like we used to. You remember big mama?
And I'm gonna tell you why. Well, this is my opinion, and I said it. I used to say it a few times. When the crack generation came around, I think in the middle and late 70s, then in the 80s, well, the grandma was smoking crack with their daughter, and the daughter was smoking. Well, 3 generations smoked together. Grandmas were no longer, help taking care. Some of them took kids in that didn't go out there like that, even with their kids, and they started off as recreational, I'm assuming, and got caught up. But grandma wasn't around in the kitchen cooking and showing them how to do things no more, and taking them to church and doing stuff with them like my grandmother did.
Right.
So to me, I think that's when it all started, when the crack generation started, in my opinion.
I think grandma did get them at the beginning, but then after a while, she started making excuses. But still, you can't make excuses for me. I need a FaceTime, something.
The grandma for the kids that passed, yeah. And I was just basically asking her what, about the grandmas in around no more, and the grandmas got out there and started smoking too. And it, that's what I said. But now, I would have gotten suspicious. Say, for example, if I don't see my granddaughter and I ask my son, and every time kept being excused, I'm driving over there.
That's right.
Especially if I know I was used to hearing about her, and hearing from my grandchild. And y'all know I hear from my grandkids all the time. Oh yeah, I would have. I would be over there. I'd be driving. No, you've been putting me through. This been a whole week. You telling me she that. When I know she FaceTime me when I don't see her sometimes.
Something. Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am. See, I was just about to say that. Like, we're in a day and age that is so much more different than what we grew up with. We all grew up where you literally had to go and knock on the door. You didn't go and call the house and say, I'm in your yard. You got out the car and you knocked on the door. And we're at a point now, like,
we got to call first.
We got to get back to stop being so virtual with our relationships and getting out there and beat the streets. If you ain't seen so-and-so and ain't nobody that you call got something to say about so-and-so, go to the house, knock on the door.
On the door. If they don't answer, I'm turning it off, and then I can take it further. I'm going to do a welfare check. I'm going to call and say I've been trying to hear from my son and my granddaughter something wrong I ain't heard from. I usually talk to them every other day. I'm going to give them a long story. I think then they're sick and they're going to go in there. I'm going to do a welfare check. But I don't know how those people thinking. Maybe they're just tired of her begging and needing a job and want her to get on her own 2 feet. I don't know why, but I just wouldn't have did it like that. I at least want to hear from the kids.
See,
it could be grandmother's yeah.
This is why I'm drawn to you, Miss Bless. You speaking with sense. You giving back those jewels that have been lost through all this social media bull that's going on right now. Literally, you're giving back those jewels. These are the jewels that we need to be putting out there. Some of them gonna run around and say, "Oh, I want to hear all that." Okay, fine. Then keep moving. But if you look at your chat, you still got an engaged chat. You're giving the jewels that need to be given, because some of these young people are sitting there like, dang, wish somebody looked out for me like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I literally had somebody I lost in my real life, not virtual, my real life, that was in a controlling situation. And I kept fussing at mom. I'm like, why you don't go there? Well, he don't want us there. I don't care what he want. You mama.
That's right.
Go bust that door in.
Exactly.
And that sweet baby girl had to rest on a freaking golf court that he was working on because he was so controlling. We got to step up. And if people stepped up more and big mamas start to re-exist, I don't care how young they are. And there's no disrespect. I saw your comment. I forget. I think it might have been Rob Black. I don't know. Somebody said in the chat, they're younger. We got to make the young folks step up. You wanted to have kids young? That means you want to take the role. Let me guide you. Let me teach you.
And the grandmas are not teaching them no more, so they don't have no guidance. Like I said, I really feel like it started the crack generation. But then you still have some grandmothers that didn't get caught up in that did take care of the kids while the mother go to jail for stealing whatever habit she had to do to get cracked and get her locked up and stuff. You still have a few of us out there like that, because I told y'all I took care of a couple of other nieces, a nephew, because the niece, my niece's son. Thank God she's okay these days. I did that. We didn't send our kids to no home and none of that. You know, and I always say it's one in every family, but I have heard people say, "None of them in my family." But how you know that? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's family is not perfect, but I really do believe that's what I believe. And I was taught, and I taught my kids too as well. So if they're not taught, and the grandmothers, they are young these days, but still go by how their mom taught them as well. They probably don't know them. Then again, they probably was the type that came from a good home and just went astray. So we really don't know.
And you know what? It may be also a part of us trying to be politically correct and all this extra crap that's being put. And I'm sorry, and this is no disrespect to nobody, but my husband even said it. We're raising weak people. We're not empowering them to be strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I have to fault myself because I went through a situation where I should have stood up and I should have locked somebody up. But me trying to be nice, I said, just take him home. He's drunk. He came back and tried to lock up my neighbor. That was their domestic situation. Had I locked him up, it wouldn't have happened like that. But by the grace of God, they couldn't find nothing. They couldn't charge with nothing. There was nothing that was fault for her. The fault was on me because I'm the one that beat him up. But anyway, they didn't know that. So, you know, it ain't what you do, it's how you get by it. Anyway, but sometimes we're a little bit too recoil back when we should be standing forward. And when we stand forward, maybe we should fall back. And Miss Bless, you girl, you is dropping them pearls, honey.
But do you think that some of the grandmas and mothers these days also afraid of their children? And the reason why I'm asking that, it was this young lady when she first came out, and immediately started going at me over there from Rose and W. And she was this ageist person. And my mother better not be on the YouTube doing nothing, and your mother grown, she ain't got to sit in the kitchen no more with a roll with the button broke off, cooking and so and this new generation, new hobbies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Right. So and then for her to say that, bet not, are you controlling your mother? Are you telling her you can't do this, you can't do that? That's the impression she gave me, because she even said even a little bit more than that. And it's as if the young folks don't want to live to even get to 40, 50, or 60. It's like what they're gonna be saying if they blessed to even be here with some of them ain't gonna be, probably won't be. Then you got some of the 30 and 40 already looking 50 and 60 and so forth and so forth. Right. But there's a lot of ages on here what do the age got to do with it? Because I thank God every day I spunky can get around. See, age is a number, you know what I'm saying? And there's people on here older than me, especially on TikTok. And it's not about their age, it's about them living their life, their kids grown. What they supposed to do? Lay down and die? Or go somewhere and hide like back in 30, 40, and 50, I'm assuming, when the women couldn't be seen. I mean, this stuff is just crazy. So I'm under the assumption that this young lady mother didn't raise her right, and she sounded like she would be smart-mouthed to her mother. That's what I'm saying. So could it be a thing that the mother, grandma, kind of scared of their children these days that they put their foot down because they have gotten weak? And you know, to where I would have got back in the slap saying something to my parents. I would have got probably hit side the head with a skillet, said, because I'm too grown down. No, and I would knock at my age, knock the hell out of one of my kids. They call this stuff and tell me what to do these days. I'll pick up a skillet. It'll be me and them.
They didn't change things though. You do that now, even when you try to send them to school.
I don't care. They'd have to take me to jail. Girl,
I'm like Medea. I ain't scared of the pole.
When they said that back in the 80s, talking about, and I hate to say this, but the Caucasians did what they can. You know, we got with belts and stitch and everything. But and a lot of people who wear the Caucasian go stand in the corner, go do this, and then they grow up, you know, getting insurance, killing their parents and that. But you got a few blacks doing it these days because they can tell no. But back then, you know, we was taught, we had the fear put in us. You know, we respect our parents, but it's not like that these days. So it's the parents afraid of their children because the way the children, and if they are, it's because the way, to me, they raised them, they didn't put the fear in, or grandma, nobody can handle them these days. You know what I'm saying? So
before it gets lost, would you go up and highlight Faith's Yaya's response to
trying to be friends?
Okay, and let me say this, Char, I'm gonna come back to you because I think you telling me I grew up with Michelle. Girl, oh, Char, I'd like to hear something about it. So I'm gonna come back to that, okay? Let me go up to Faith.
I'm gonna make it note so you don't forget.
Yeah, I'm writing it down right now, girl. Sure. Girl. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to that. Let me go up. Everybody want to be the child's friend. That one right there?
No, ma'am. It's up where it says diving my baby.
Okay, let me keep going. Faith, I know you ain't feeling when you're busy. If I can't find a girl, you can call in. But I'm going all the way up. It must be way up.
No, it's not far. I'll read it if that's okay.
Okay, well, go ahead and read it because I'm going up. But go ahead and read it.
Diving my baby, my freshman is in college now on a full academic scholarship. And the reason why I wanted to highlight that particular moment is because, Faith, that's what I'm talking about. Girl, this is one of the reasons why I'm drawn to you. Why, if I get the opportunity and I have the time and I can at you and say, what's up, sis, is because I see your strength. And you come across these panels. Yeah, we in the mess. We kiki, we ha-ha, we roast, we gag, whatever. But there's something about you. And I want you to know that verbatim out of my mouth. There's something about you, Queen. You've been working hard. And I know that. I feel it in my spirit. And I wanted to give you that moment to tell you I am appreciative of queens like you. Because I'm doing the same with mine. I got a 8th grader and a 9th grader, both of them taking classes a year ahead of themselves. And my 9th grader is taking college classes. You are at the point where I want them to be at.
Miss Cruz, say something.
It's me, Bless.
Okay. And another thing,
I just want to thank her for putting it in there.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah. And it's good to hear some positive stuff like that too about our children. Now, my middle son was the type of person, I just give him the look. You know, some kids, you can just give them the look and you never had to spank them. So I'm saying that because I see people say they didn't get spanked, so I get spanked. Some kids you don't have to, but some you do have to do the ultimate, what do they call that? The whatever. So y'all get what I'm saying? So it's things like that too. But we did grow up though with whipping some of us. I did. Most of my kids, the fear was for them to do right. And I didn't say fear to be scared of your parents. I don't mean it like that. I'm talking about you do right. That's the way I meant it when I said it, you know. But anyway, it did not beat. I might have used the wrong word, whooping them. Of course, they got their butt whooped and stuff they didn't do right. But I had a son, you know what I'm saying? I could just look at, you know. And I had a friend that she never whipped the kids either. She'd give them that look and they know to straighten up. You know what I'm saying? They know that wasn't an approving look. So it's all kind of ways, you know, people are different. But I ain't say go to no stand in no corner. That didn't do good. So
And
anyway,
I'm gonna drop down, but don't forget you're gonna go back to CHAR's comment about
right.
AKA Angel.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm gonna leave that right there too, so I can cut.
Yeah, I
She
want to
said,
hear that too. I gotta
I
drop
want
down
to
so
hear
I
what she
can
got to say. Yeah. Her mother also owned a used retail store with high-end items. Wow, she gave me a Fendi purse. So she was brought up in a pretty good family. That's what I'm saying. You
What?
can be brought up. Now, if her mother had, and I'm just assuming this about what she's saying. I don't know how it was behind closed doors, what they did or whatever. She gave me a Fendi purse and a 14-karat gold bracelet. Sure. Well, I wish you can call in and tell us
Yeah, I
furthermore.
want you to call. I'm gonna put the number.
We really want to hear it for real, but let Miss Cruiser say she wants to say first. I want to hear this, Char. Go ahead, Miss Cruiser.
Yeah, you pretty much said what I was going to say. You know, I was coming up here at team no whoop, team no spanking.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, I wasn't spanked. My little sister wasn't spanked. I didn't spank any of my kids. And I never tell another parent how to raise theirs, because every parent know their child and every parent know what they need to do to raise their children. I don't necessarily know. I guess it depends on the region, because down here in the South, blacks and whites equally beat their kids. And then there are some few rare or minors. I don't want to say rare or minor. It's less people in the South that don't beat their kids that's both black and white than do beat their kids, because down here in the South, everybody beat their kids.
Well, not just South, and maybe people
Yeah,
now.
and that's why I said it's regional. I don't think we should,
Right.
kind of blame it on, kind of race, divide it down by race, and I'm not saying that you are. I'm not saying that you did it all, but I'm saying that we shouldn't assume that kids are going to turn out worse because they wasn't spanked, or better because they was spanked, or better because they wasn't spanked at all. Parenting, every parent have to determine what's the best discipline for them and what works for them. I chose not to hit my kids. My parents chose not to hit us. And it worked. and the methods they use work. Did I send my kids to the corner? Yes, I did. They went to the corner and they had to think about what they just did, and we discussed it and then all of that. And we did those, and it worked. It worked. I want to hit them now, but they're adults now. I don't want to hit them now. I'm just teasing.
That's where it worked, because majority of black families, I got this right here so I can read it. Tapping the hand, didn't do no tap on the hand and stand in the corner. No, maybe it worked for some people. And the reason why, and I'm not really doing the race thing, but blacks did tend to whip their kids more than the Caucasian people, for real, that I know of coming up in this. Now, oh, you gonna stand in the corner right now? Put your face in the wall. Tap them on the hand. Ain't work, diving. So maybe it worked for y'all, but I'm just letting you know. And I hear for the show says it's a slavery thing. I don't think it was just a slavery thing. And like I say, I was born and raised on the West Coast, but my parents are originally from the South. And that don't mean like every time we did something wrong, just got beat, just got beat. We did get punishment. We did get things taken from us. Because I told y'all the things stuck in me all my life was.
May I say why some people.
I couldn't go Halloween. Now that hurted me more than anything. I didn't do right in school. I remember that very good. And I was in the 7th grade, and the kids was passing by when it was time to go Halloween. They stopped by the house to get me. I'm going to the door. Where you think you going? Oh, that hurt. I should have knew something was up. I didn't get chastised in them 2 or 3 days. Girl, when Halloween, that hurted more than anything. And I guess they knew this. So my point is, it wasn't just every time you do something, beat. So I need to get that part clear too. Now go ahead, Ms.
Yeah,
Cruiser.
I wanted to say why. I don't know who said it in the chat, but I just know they said it because you repeated it. Why some people say bring up slavery when it comes to beating or whooping. When we hear people say the majority of black people beat their kids, the first thought that comes was it was taught behavior. When slaves didn't behave, the slave owners beat the slaves. And here comes black people repeating that behavior. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying where that thought process come from. And that's why one of the reasons why it was very important for me to say down here in the South, which is true, people beat their kids. I remember one time, this was not here in North Carolina, but in Florida, a friend of mine, her daughter, she beat her daughter, and her daughter left and, ran away. And so, of course, she called the police. The police found her daughter, brought her home. And on the way home, the daughter was telling the police officers, which were white, that her mama beat her. I ran away because my mama beat me. So when they got there, they had a conversation, came on in, had a conversation with the mother. And that's when my friend said, this girl done skipped school half the day, found out she was with two boys instead of at school. And yes, when she came home, my way of disciplining her is beating her.
I think you fell off a little bit for a minute, Miss. We didn't hear you. Let me see if this is Char. Hello? 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 Okay, that is you. Okay, let me put you up high. Let Miss Cruiser finish her thought.
You didn't hear when I was saying the police brought the child home. She said she was beaten by her mom.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. Hold on for a minute, Char. I'm finna let Miss Cruiser finish her thought. I got Char on the phone. She knew this lady grew up with, and she finna tell us about it.
Okay,
go ahead,
I'll make this quick. I'll make it real quick. So the police officers were white that brought the child home, and she was like, "This is why I beat the child, because she was skipping school with boys," and she said, "That's my way of disciplining." And those white cops told her, "Well, it sounds like to me she done ran out your house. You must then beat her well enough." And they stood there. They said, "Go ahead and complete the task," and they stood there while she beat the child. So my point in saying that is that I'm assuming that's a California thing where only black folks beat their kids, or the majority of the people beat their kids. But down south here around North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, everybody put their hands, and even the school, and even the school system will spank your child, and they're white.
Back up, you're going too fast. You say whooping the child's a California thing.
No. Let me finish my thought, though. If I can finish my thought, then you might not misunderstand me.
Let me tell Guilty Pleasure to say something.
Hey, Miss Bliss.
Hi, how you doing? I'm gonna move this and then quickly, and I got Char on hold, y'all.
Okay.
And so, finish, Miss Cruiser.
Yeah, I was saying that because you said, and you live in California, that majority black whoop their kids, because that's not being what I've seen.
I meant overall. I said, in my opinion, I think the majority of blacks use corporal punishment. I didn't mean just for California only. Come on,
the reason why I say that is because
I said I was born and raised in California, and maybe you put that together thinking I'm talking about California only.
The reason why I said that, I was thinking maybe you thought that way because of the region you lived in. Sometimes we can only really speak for the regions we live in. The region I live in, I don't know what happens in other regions. I'm from here. So here in the Carolinas, South Carolina, North Carolina, and in the South, people beat their kids, not just black people. People, beat their kids. If you poll the city, you will probably get more people of all races that will say, "Yeah, I'll tear my kids up." They'll be of all races, not just the black race. And that's why I'm not saying that it came down from slavery. Discipline is discipline.
I didn't say that
even though I don't do it, even though it ain't for me. It ain't for me. But, I don't know whether I can necessarily say that's a black thing or not.
Okay.
I don't think you meant.
Okay, well, thank you for your input. Now, I don't want to keep Char holding. She know this lady. So, Char, you want, wait a minute, let me make sure she's still on the phone because I'm trying not to let her hang up. You still here?
Hi, Char, and welcome.
She said, "Hi, Char, welcome." I don't know if you can hear or see the chat. Thank you, Miss Cruz, for coming up. And thank you, Randa, for coming up. I see you got down. So you want to go ahead and start talking first? Because I know we want to hear this. Now, it's going to be a good long talk. So you want to let her talk first?
So I think that I'm gonna keep it kind of short.
Okay, we're gonna let her talk first. Okay.
Send you receipts as well. I grew up with her and her brother. We had a big family, and it was just those two. I know she did disappear for a while from her family. Me and her brother would be on the phone, and he was always trying to get in touch with her. He said he did not hear from her for 2 years.
Wow.
And she got, basically she went off of social media. He couldn't find her there. When I was on social media at the time, she would always be bitching about how men is no good, this, that, and the other, but that gets down to her childhood. They had a beautiful, immaculate house, okay? Her mother was, she worked in a plant, she worked at Chrysler, she made $30 an hour, you know, benefits, brand new car every year. Like I said, she opened a retail shop. But the thing is, Michelle's mother was not a weak woman. And she took up for her children. I don't care what they did wrong. She would literally go up to the school and curse the teacher out if her son or Michelle, and I don't want to say the son's name because I don't want to put his name out there, if they did something wrong. We didn't have that luxury of that because our parents did not play that with us.
Right.
But her brother did like me. He was involved in football, you know, like programs. They was off to things like this. So let's just get to the meat and potatoes of the issue.
Okay.
The night that they found out, well, the day they found out about the children, I actually was working and running around, whatever. Not. I had just lost my father probably a couple of months ago. John, well, I'm going to say, well, he called me that night, and he was like, I said, yeah, I know you know about my father passing away. He was like, this is not what I'm calling you about. You already told me that. He was like, remember when I told you I was looking for Angel? Now, see, we never called her Michelle. We called her Angel. Mm-hmm. I said, yeah, I recall you was looking for her. He said, did you see anything on the news about a woman with any children in the freezer? I said, I've been hearing about it today, but, you know, I didn't catch the news. He said, that was Angel. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Because I remember when she was pregnant.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Okay. Can you hold on? Hold on, just 1 second. You guys, I just had a little technical difficulty. I hope y'all was still hearing her because I was still hearing her. So say yes or no because I don't want to have to start all over again. So I hope y'all was hearing her. Okay, so keep going. I just want to let them know that because I blacked out for a minute. I don't know if they still heard you. So keep going.
But this is when I seen that she just totally just had a lack of respect for anyone. I mean, because Michelle always had a nasty attitude. But my mother agreed to let her wear my dress and my shoes and white sack. When they were returned, Michelle looked like she walked through a field of mud. The way she returned my dress and shoes, I just, you know, and as well as we treated her and I thought our family was, I just couldn't believe she would disrespect my outfit like that. You know, so that was that on that. But it's just sad because you just never think, I would never fancy that she would do something like that for her children.
Wow.
I just wasn't. She lied about the first father with her first child. Mm-hmm. You know, I might sound like I'm all over the place, but this was kind of like impromptu. I heard you guys talking about it, and I'm like, wow. Because it's something when you grow up with someone and they do something so horrific like that. But she always would have this evil streak about her growing up. She just had an evil streak about her growing up.
Well, and then let me ask you this. So her mother was the type of mother that upholded children right or wrong, kind of remind me of the Timothy Norman stuff. Sometimes you have to chastise your kid. And normally when you have a child and you don't teach them and you uphold them in everything they do you think that's what made her go straight like that? Because it sounds like she had a very good life. And listen, y'all, I put my thing on because I thought somebody was in the back. I need to say right now, I don't really read in the back chat because it kicks me off. So, and then maybe Pretty Chocolate was telling me she's going to leave. I don't know if that's what you're saying. Say it in the chat because you dropped down and thanks for being up. Continue.
Okay, so this is the one detail that we didn't know about. Like I said, we grew up with them. That her brother disclosed to me the next day.
Once I watched the news and saw what was going on, her brother called me the next day because by this time people is sending him friend requests on Facebook, trying to get requests from him on Messenger. A lot of our friends are talking about it because we like close neighborhoods. We grew up together, like a lot of us. And I asked them, I said, were you guys molested growing up? Because that was a detail that came up on the news.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that we never knew. And it was a daycare center. I know they, like probably 10 years from us knowing each other, whatever, they got in trouble for sexual abuse of children. And when I asked him that, he said, she said that? I said, yeah. He was like, yeah, we were abused at that center.
Wait a minute. So the kids were abused at the center?
Yeah.
So that's where they got the sexual. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And so now it started making sense to me, because one of me and my good friends that I, been friends with since elementary school, because basically me and him, we all been friends since elementary, middle school. Her obsession with this sex talk, the talking she was doing about the kids, and just all of that. I'm like, is this from trauma from being abused, or I just can't give her an excuse for what she did to her children, because it was just evil. I just feel like she just, even when she talked about the daughter, the one daughter that she did, I don't know how to say it. We believe that girl was trying to run away after what happened to the brother, because she had so much disdain for her. If you hear her talk about running, I'll kill her. If I seen her again, it was just like she hated that one child. She hated that child. That was the child that was trying to get to the father. But as far as like the aunts and all of them, Michelle cursed all of them out. Her brother later revealed to me why she separated, like what happened for people not to go check on her. She isolated them away. She already had like mental problems. They just figured like maybe her mental problems was kicking in. But her mother had a stroke. Her mother was, being taken care of. So her mother wasn't able to go over there and check on them or whatever not. Once she killed her son, she just completely just took herself off the face of the earth. So she basically social media and things of that nature.
So she basically pushed everybody away, because as we were saying earlier, well, I thought it was weird that nobody was even going on there inquiring about the children. I thought it was because they got tired of answers by not wanting to work, always want rent money, whatever, because I was reading what the story had said. So and her mother had a stroke. So where was her father and her siblings?
Well, I never knew that she only had one sibling, and he was looking for her.
Okay.
He spent 2 years looking for her, because we pieced everything together. Why she went from being on social media to going off. She went off of social media because that's when she had took the life of her first child.
Wow.
The auntie would come check on her. Like I said, her attitude was horrific, just bad, and she would curse you out. She had a very disrespectful mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Their mother was the same way. Their mother would give you the business. She wasn't weak, but I think she excused a lot of the stuff that they did because they were molested. It started making sense to me why she let them get away with so much. I think she felt guilty about that.
Wow.
And
then she didn't, and in my mind, the mother didn't even think to give him counseling or anything like that. So that tells me, yeah, that was a problem there with her mother too as well. I don't know. I guess I had all kind of questions when I first started, but you're kind of making me understand now. But through all that, while that was going on, the kids were hidden in the freezer. Was she leaving the house like she had a normal life, like the way Jeffrey Dahmer was walking around? You never would have thought that he had bodies. Like years ago, there was a lady in Sacramento, California named Dorothea Puentes, and she used to take in handicapped or elderly people. I don't know if y'all remember that story back then, and she had bodies buried all in the backyard. She would kill them for the SS checks and stuff like that. But it was one family, that wanted to know where their loved one was. A father, I think it was a father or something, and they searched for him. They know he lived at the house, the last address, and she lied and said he had been moved or whatever the case. Something. Oh, that one of the ladies, the police stopped by because they did a welfare check on her looking for him. Some lady snuck, one of the ladies attendants in the house snuck a letter to the police saying to help, she's holding us here against our will. So police left, didn't give her no idea that they read that note. And then that's what investigation started at. And then they went and got a search warrant, came back and searched the house. She gave them a bunch of lies and stuff. Then when they started searching the yard and stuff, Dorothea ran away and fled to Los Angeles, because at this point they started finding all kind of bodies buried in the backyard. It took a while for them to find it. They thought the lady was a little old feral lady because she looked like that, but she wasn't. They said that was a strong woman. She put them bodies in the backyard, and the neighbor said they never knew what happened because a year prior to that, she had borrowed his drill, his saw that you cut stuff up with. He said she never gave it back, but he never knew what happened. And so that's making me think of this story of hiding bodies, like she hid that body. I don't know if you remember that story back then. I think it was in the early 90s or something like that, Dorothea Parentes. And so
I remember like some stories that was like that, but as far as like someone asked about like did the child sexually abuse his brother, we don't know if that's to be true or not.
Right.
You know, we don't know. And even if something of that matter did occur, was it worth that type of punishment? No, it wasn't. Vanessa said she was just an evil. Yes, very evil. If you see how she speak about the kids, and just a lot of things make sense to me now. Like as he was growing up, with her attitude, how she acted, how she would lie. She was thinking would be funny. I know she lied to this one young man that he was the father of her child, her first child. She thought that was funny. Some things was like cynical to her. I just couldn't put my finger on it at the time because again, I was young. I was 14. You know, she was a little younger than us, probably like 2 years younger than us. You know, I don't know if she had self-esteem issues because she had a little weight on her or whatever the case may be. But they mom let them get away with whatever.
And
they mom let them get away with whatever. They mom had a nasty mouth, disrespectful. She was sweet, but she had a reckless mouth. Reckless.
Okay, so random. Thank you, baby. Stop and jumping in. I know this is kind of deep, so because people that can't deal with it, leave it. That's fine. So come back and do the replay. And Miss Cruiser, sounds like abuse, both sexual and mental. Then the mother was dysfunctional. Yeah, I agree. So she was dysfunctional too as well. So as a kid, and you going to school with her, right? She did seem normal, but if you think back on it, there is some things went on that you wasn't recognizing as a child, but these days, then that you got older, you put it all together and you understand the stuff a little bit better now. What you're saying,
yeah, because she just seemed sinister, back then. Now that I think about it, when it occurred, she just came off as sinister. It's like, she's very intelligent. She's not disconnected from the world. She knows what's going on. She's not crazy. She's evil. She knew what she was doing. She had no choice. As far as, because we just speculate, like with the second one, Ronnie wanted to run away. Ronnie was gonna try to get away from her.
And Ronnie Ronnie's the 9-year-old boy that was in the freezer, right?
That was I want to say that was her 14-year-old or 13-year-old, the oldest one. The one that still lived, the one that didn't die. Okay. Okay. Joey Barnes, I'll get back to that too. He remembered the story I'm telling about that lady, Dorothea Puentes. Because I'm wondering, now they say that the girl body was at the top, and the boy was under there. So did she kill the boy first, or vice versa? She killed the twin first. He was a twin. She killed him first. When she did that, her oldest daughter was probably petrified, more than likely. I can't imagine like how those kids felt. But we feel like her second daughter, the one that the second child, the one that was murdered. We feel like that was her rebellious one. That was the one that was trying to break out. Because if you listen to her talk in her testimony, she hates her. The way she talk about her, she's like, I would do it all over again. That little bee and this, that, and this.
You know, because
that's the one that wanted to get away, and the way that she killed her, like she made sure she wasn't going to live.
And the reason why I'm saying actually all the questions, because I'm wondering whoever she killed first, the other one saw her killing them, and can you imagine what they did to that child's mind?
Yeah, the oldest daughter, they had to help her put both of them in the freezer.
Oh, that's somebody in the private chat. Okay.
What was told to me.
Let's see.
You know, and she had threatened them.
Oh, okay. Let me say this to guilty. Let me say this to guilty pleasure, because I'm sorry, guilty pleasure. We just kept going on and forgot. That's why I was trying to see if she wanted to talk first, because I knew it was going to be on this a while. But guilty pleasure, thank you for coming, girl. She said she had to leave. I went ahead and wrote the back chat, and I wanted to hear your input. And I understand you had to leave, so sorry about that, girl. We weren't even, because we even, yeah, we're sorry about that, though. That's why I was trying to get her to talk first. Huh?
With the isolation, she had such a bad attitude, the way that she was just people just didn't want to deal with Michelle. They didn't want to deal with Angel. They didn't want to deal with her. She had a nasty attitude. She didn't know how to talk to anyone.
But let me,
want to hurt her.
Let me answer, I am here for the show. Does she know what happened to the kids who were left? Well, where are those kids at these days?
Well, her oldest one went off to college, but the younger one, I don't want to say that he's with the father, because they really they try to go to court for the kids, and they deem the father as not, because they wasn't coming to check on those children. Whether she was giving them a hard time or not, they should have fought harder for their children, the father.
Also, okay, so
he might be with family. The brother, I haven't talked to him in a while, but I know that when that was going on, I told him, do not accept any friend requests. Just maybe you want to just shut your page down, because when he called me that morning, he was just, he already was in a state of shock, because he was looking for her. He wanted her and the children to move with him, because he's a very successful person.
But after it was all said and done, though, Shara, and then they start going through the court proceedings and stuff, seemed like he could have got his child. You know, he didn't have to look for them no more.
Well, as far as the brother was concerned, he just didn't want to have nothing to do with her. He didn't show up for any court case. He didn't want to have nothing to do with her.
And let me say this too. If I'm not acknowledging y'all, I'm not meaning to, because while she's telling us what's going on, I wasn't really looking at the chat. That's why I didn't realize that guilty pleasure I got down. Guilty pleasure, I'm feeling guilty that I should have stopped and let you say something. But come back again, girl, tomorrow morning and later on, because I do want to still hear your input on this. Okay? But thank you for coming up again. Go ahead, Char.
Yeah, I'm going to get off in about like 5 minutes. But
girl, take your time, because we're enjoying this. Take your time, because I'm curious. You answering a lot of questions that we couldn't see in the court, because the court got to be professional, go by the court proceedings.
Yeah, because one of the daughters, you have to remember, that was the first one that was born, so she was older. She was almost on her way out the house during that time anyway. But the twin, I really want to say he went with family. I don't know for sure, so don't quote me, because I can't answer that. But her brother don't want to have anything to do with her. He didn't show up for court. He didn't do none of that. He just washed his hands of her. As far as like aunts and uncles, I don't recall seeing too many of them around. But I know when I had talked to him, one day I had talked to him, and he said my aunt been trying to get in touch with her, but she cursed her out.
Wow.
Because, again, Michelle had a nasty mouth. You had to have a tolerance level to deal with her. No one wanted to deal with her.
And that's
why no one was checking on her.
And the kind of family. Okay, go ahead. The kind of family she had, and the way you said described her mother and how she grew up, nice house, and mother business there. She was one of the more prominent Black families in that town or city, wherever they were. Nobody had an inkling that they had mental issues.
Well, we grew up at, we lived in Detroit, but the side of Detroit that we grew up in, they were getting money. They were making money.
Wow.
They were at the plants, making $30 an hour. Like I said, new cars. It was very popular, living in Detroit. The houses of that area were owned by Jews, and those houses and flats, they were big and immaculate, kind of like I don't know if you know about the Aretha Franklin story, how like some areas had many mansions around them, like Chicago, Boston, whatever, the layout of Detroit. So, but I mean, even though it was a bad, like murder-wise, it was a bad city because you had like YBI, Young Boys Incorporated, things of that nature, riding around or whatever the case may be as far as drugs. But you really couldn't tell because people kept their yards kept, houses up, went to work. People went to work, they sold drugs. You just couldn't tell.
But you couldn't tell. Like in some neighborhoods in the Bay Area where I was brought up, nice neighborhoods, even out here, at certain areas out here, nice, beautiful neighborhood, big, beautiful mansion-looking houses, but in the side, but in the side, some of them are people running meth, meth labs and stuff like that, and you would never know that you got a neighbor that's doing it because here in California, this has been like this for years. You really can live next door to somebody and not know them. You might come out, speak, how you going, keep going, or you might see each other, whatever. But people don't really get in nobody's business too much. But now, if you in, and I don't want to necessarily say ghetto, what a lower income area, how everybody, sometimes people hang outside, get acquainted, have block parties and all this kind of stuff. But I'm describing an area where these big mansions are, and you don't know that there's a lab going on in the house.
Because the school that we went to actually was a university that the Jews went to. And that school was full of marble, and it was just extravagant. It was an entire campus. Matter of fact, during the riots, the National Guard used that school as an outpost.
Wow.
It was just the pool that was inside. I mean, it was the art. Like I said again, the marble, the staircases, all of that. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful area. So even them growing up, I mean, you would never, if you see how she went from living to how she was living in that apartment, that little townhouse, but she was being evicted. She didn't have no one she could depend on. I guess she had a neighbor she would talk to. The day they was getting ready to evict her out the home, she left. Freezer.
But you know what? That's our upbringing, not knowing how to take care of herself. Because in the story, the people was paying the rent and doing all this. So when they finally put their foot down for the handle herself, she didn't know how. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have the means to do it. She had no skill. She wouldn't go look for a job like they said. They told her they was done. They washed their hands of it. Find you a job, go to school or something like that. And
like it's difficult to deal with her mouth. Her whole attitude, her mouth, the way she talked to people. No one wanted to be bothered with her.
Wow.
No one wanted to be bothered with her. So it's not even so much that like she. It's not even so much she isolated herself. No one wanted to be bothered with her. The things that she would write on social media would make you look at her like, I'm gonna block this because I don't want this showing up in my notifications. I mean,
wow.
And then she just went offline. She just like poof. Just her father. When I met them, her mother was married another man. I've never seen a biological father around, but even he was working in a plant making great money. Immaculate house, clean house, brand new front. It's a lot of times people think when they're like this, it had to be some internal issues going on. I think it comes from the molestation. It happened at the center. So like I said, I never knew about that until she did her when they interviewed her, when the police did their interrogation. I guess that's when she let it all out, and that's when I asked her brother about it, because I never heard about it. But me and him close enough where we can speak openly about these things. And he was like, "Wow, did she say that?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "I can't believe she said that." He was like, "Yeah, we were." So that was my first time hearing about that, And our families was close as far as like growing up. Because her brother, he was very overweight. He always had a crush on me. So I would always go to like his little football game dinners and stuff like that with him,
Wow.
And I think that's why the mother really took a liking to me, because I always treated him nice. He was my best friend in school, So, but I just came up here to add that, and it was just.
I am so glad you came in. Give us some first hand with somebody knowing this. Because like I say, when you watch this stuff on TV, you only got to go by what the court say. They got to be professional in court. We can't really get the lowdown about everything, like the way that Timothy Norman situation was going on. We got the real from his sisters after the court. She didn't have to be. See, who was that? Brandon Isabel, and what was the other lady that was out there? They was able to ask the questions in a way that we wanted to hear, to where the news people couldn't. And the news people invited them to start talking because they couldn't really express and ask questions like the way they were doing. And the sister was just raw with it, telling us how Andre was treated and how he was living, and he's living in a shack, and he spoke up. I just loved it. They let them go ahead and talk, you know what I'm saying? So I liked it that, so we're able to get the raw, and the real from you, and that's what I like. I really like that. So if it hadn't been for the boys' sisters, we wouldn't have really knew all that part of it. So I'll be wanting to hear the real, and the way we talk and explain stuff. Yeah.
But like I said, besides, now let's say, because I know like my friend, her brothers. Now this is something that he did. We was in art class, and he had a disagreement with the art teacher. And back then, we got paddles or whatever the case may be, but we was doing a project where we had to use a hammer. And her brother, our teacher said something to him kind of smart, and the brother said, I should take the hammer and hit somebody upside the head with it. We all knew he was talking about the teacher. Yeah, we young, we kids, we think it's funny. He sent them home. He sent them to the principal office. Mother come up there the next day, talks to Mrs. Jones, who was the art teacher, and she cursed him completely the hell out.
Wow.
What's wrong?
Wow.
It's not funny, but I'm just saying this is what the type of mother that they had.
Wow.
Very defensive over her children.
And you know what? Children never turn out right when their mother do that. When their mother uphold you, I would have never uphold my kids doing nothing wrong. Like the way Robbie, I hate to keep referring back to this, but it's the truth. Like the way Miss Robbie uphold her son, even when he was locked up, he was paying people in the jail. He talking about the boss, but he wasn't. His mama just had money. Then he get out doing the same thing. She give him everything on silver platter. And by this time he institutionalized, not knowing how to step it, just had it made on the national TV on network. And you know what I'm saying? You have to chastise your kids and find you a method of the way you want to chastise them that's going to work from you. Because some people, like I say, just look at their kids. Some do, like Diamond said, tap on the hand, but it will never work. A little tap on the hand, it ain't funny. Some people do what they do.
The community we grew up in, our neighbors, give us a tap on the behind.
Yeah, and in the school,
was them taking us home and telling our parents.
Right? Do you remember? But you said something that nobody know this generation that won't work no more. Back in the day, teachers were able to have a paddle, and they would have permission for parents to paddle. Nowadays, you paddle kids, mama want to go up there and beat the hell out of you because, and I understand that, because these days, these people crazy. They don't paddle your kids like they did back. They want to beat the hell out of them and abuse them for real. So that ain't gonna work these days, these generations. But back in the day, they would paddle you until you sit down, but they didn't beat the hell out of you and make the paddle sting and hurt like that. But that's the way it was back then. But nowadays, ain't no way nobody can have no paddle in no school. No, you didn't get there. And the kids, and they were disciplined better. And if you do something wrong walking down the street, the people going to take you home to your parent. They might spank and tell your parent, I had to spank so-and-so did this, but it ain't like that no more these days because people are crazy these days. You can't let nobody touch your kids these days. You can barely let your relatives do it. So this is a sign of times. Like I said, things have really changed. So let me say this, Char. I've been on here way longer than what I planned. Now, I appreciate everybody that came on the panel. And thank you for the real. And then when people ask for positive stuff, I'm doing some positive. But when I got all the way to positive, people, y'all going to find us a mess. I'm gonna say, which is fine. Y'all come back and watch the replay because Char really gave it up good and raw today. We understand what went on back there. We don't just have to watch the good stuff. So we did do some positive. However, I start off the YouTube stuff, but that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I like that too.
It was real positive. It was positive.
Very positive. And I enjoyed it.
Our neighbors looked out for us. Our parents didn't play that.
Yeah, that's true.
My mother do was something that my mother and father would never tolerate.
No, but I'm talking about right here on the YouTube right now. I appreciate you coming up. People ask for positive talks, even though this positive talk was gruesome. But so what I mean by that, other than just mess, but even though this things that happen. So I appreciate you coming up where we can talk about something different. And I also like other stuff that won't be gruesome like this. So I'm saying it to say, girl, we can come back and talk about something else too sometime if you want to. But I do appreciate that.
We throw our shade and we talk mess about each other, you know, and whatever the case may be. But when it comes down to important details and on certain matters.
But yeah, and I am here for the show. This is a total. Let me tell you how I am here. This is a total different generation these days. No, you can't do that no more. I'm saying how I used to be back in school, and the kids were disciplined at home and school. But nowadays, no, you can't have nobody touching your kids. So I agree with you 100% with that, because nobody gonna touch my grandbaby, because it's not like it was back then. It's the sign of times. It's bad.
Not to cut you off. Bless, not to cut you off. Not to cut you off. And I see Miss Cruz and other people in the chat. But let me ask you this: when you was growing up in the Book of Revelation, it was talking about how the last days was going to be. Kids was going to talk back to their mothers and fathers. Children was going to talk back to their mothers and fathers. Or be out here killing their mothers and fathers, sister against sister, brother against brother. All. You remember that scripture in Revelation?
Hello? Who are you talking to? Who are you speaking to me?
To you, Miss Blessing.
Oh, sound like you said something to Miss Cruz. That's what I was asking.
Well, Miss Cruz, a couple of people in the chat might know. Like in Revelation, when it was talking about the last days, about how when we were growing up, we had that scripture. In the last days, children will be disobedient to their parents.
Right.
They will talk back to their parents. They will go back and forth. Okay, so growing up back then, when we heard that scripture, that's a lot, because if you talk back to your mother or your father, you was gonna get your mouth slapped.
Right.
We could not conceive that happening back then, but we see it happening now. So it's like a lot has changed,
right,
from where we grew up and the values back then to now, because we thought that scripture was like, no, that's not true. We're not gonna be talking back to mom or dad. We're not gonna do that, because that's the quickest way to get right.
But this is the sign of times, like you said, and that's why I'm telling the people to chat. No, these days you can't be like that. But kids were more disciplined too back then, to tell the truth about it. So these days, no, these days, yes, it is unheard of, because I wouldn't have nobody speaking my grandbabies. But back then, people weren't beating the hell out of children, getting on drugs and stuff, hating children, having mental issues and stuff. It was totally different. So of course not. Let's see who said that. Who said that? Of course not. Not these days. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is. Right. Thank you, Vanessa. Like I said, I like talking about different stuff, and that's what I mean. Now I'm talking fast, Char, because if I keep on, we're gonna stay here a little longer. I gotta get my butt up here.
Yep, I gotta go, but I just want to put that on y'all minds.
Well, it is the sign of time, and for those that read the Bible that know about Revelation, yes, it is. This is totally different, y'all. Everything is different. Okay, kids had respect. Kids had respect for adults. There was a time you can go walk down the street, to the bus stop, to the store, and you don't want to hear, and kids be standing around, they speak. Nowadays, they stand around, they cursing, they doing any and everything in front of you. So, of course, not things are not the same like it used to. And back then is when people had respect, bottom line. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was all about.
Not to cut you off, Ms. Blair, I enjoyed coming up, and I just wanted to add some insight, because like I said, it's an important subject, but I'm going to go ahead and get off this phone because I got some things I have to do. Yeah. Y'all have a wonderful day. Y'all be safe.
Thank you.
Y'all welcome. Don't worry about
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. No problem.
And
okay.
And I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to hear your perspective, guilty pleasure, but drop by again, girl, because we can bring this back up. I didn't mean to stay on this long. You know what I'm saying? But when we got into the talk, I was saying, good, I'm talking. And so that was my intention today. That's why I didn't know if I should talk about the YouTube first or this. But I saved this to last. I know it was going to be kind of a long talk. And then the other stuff, I want to whiz right through it because I'm not really trying to be too deep in it because all sides I like. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to, get it. And then I just, like I say, I'm at peace anyway. I mean, I'll list the stuff, have me a few kikis, but as far as, trying to be all, nah, I'm just, nah, I don't know. So I'm going to roll the streets while I'm making me some breakfast. I think Lady Nikki doing her thing today. At least that's what she told me. So I just want to see her. I think face had to be. But whatever, I appreciate who did come. And I appreciate the ones that stayed around to talk about other than the mess. Because those are my goals. And that's why I want a different channel. So when I want to talk about different stuff, that's why I was telling Pretty Chocolate and Random earlier, you don't have to do no mess. You don't have to do no mess. And so I'm gonna look for your community boards because it's gonna, sound like Random gonna have something very inspirational all the time on there. Pretty Chocolate Girl told us what direction you want to go in. So we have a choice of what we want to watch. We don't have to watch stuff if we don't want to. We choose to watch it because we choose to want to laugh at some things and just have some fun. And we all are messy. And I've always admitted that, of course, I'm messy, so I'm going to talk about the mess. So let me reiterate out here, Quanny and the View. See, now I know what I talked about. Now I can put in my description, boys. So if anybody want to catch my replay, they have a choice to stop by if they want to. If they don't, they can go on up the street to the next thing, okay? But I knew for sure I was going to talk about this story, like I said, because I heard Lovely T bring it back up. And I said, okay, then let me go ahead and refresh my memory on it. So that, and then Brian. I don't know, Brian, and I'm not in y'all beef. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't understand that at all. Lipstick Alley, I know y'all could be mad and drag me, but I did want to give people that don't watch Lipstick Alley an idea of what they be doing over there, because I know they hear that word Lipstick Alley all the time. For the ones that don't watch over there, and they can be hilarious sometimes, but they've changed also. They put up whole videos, paragraphs and paragraphs. It's not a lot of funny 1 or 2, 3 liners no more. The old school people from over there that used to be there and do that, they're no longer there, just like it's not a lot of old school over here with the beefing over here. Okay? Things change. Life don't stay the same. Even in our real everyday life, things change. Okay? So can y'all please be hitting the diamonds on the way out? Let me look over here. Be hitting them diamonds. High B sector pound protection program. Okay, CHAR. Oh, who was that I said? Oh, the bushes. Let me write that note. So when I go back, yeah, I was going to put you down at that mile. Okay. All right, then. I got that note written to myself. Exactly, Miss Cruz. We watch what we want to watch, and we like to laugh sometimes. So we like our beef sector, us old school that's been around in the beef sector. We ain't going nowhere. But we like everything though, okay? So, and I choose to watch what the hell I want to watch. Now I'm going to find me some messy beef stuff to watch right now whilst I'm making my BREAKFAST breakfast / brunch / lunch or whatever I want to call it, because it's 10:47 right now, RAT right now. So I'm choosing it to go watch some messy stuff, and I'm also choosing to go do some news. With that said, toodaloo, get them diamonds. Oh, don't forget to hit the chitlin fund. If y'all forgot, send it to # Watkins 56 or Watkins # Watkins Bless 56 Blessed Watkins, I decide instead of breaking that up, I'm just going to leave everything as is. I just know now to look on both gadgets. Hit that telephone. Toulouse.